Hello, and welcome back to Roll4It, where your favorite YouTubers and streamers get together to play some lovely tabletop RPGs. Of course, today we are playing the Buffy the Vampire Slayer tabletop role-playing game, and we're playing our own campaign of Layla the Vampire Slayer, where instead of Buffy becoming the Vampire Slayer, Layla did. She then moved to UK and now sits on top of a hellmouth, defending it, doing her best to kill vampires, and having a lot of emotional and high school drama and hijinks. So things happened last time. We're going to start in media res immediately. But before that happens, a few announcements. Today's episode is supported by...
Crap! I did it again!
Today's episode is supported by Crap! I Did It Again. It's a not so famous Britney Spears song. Crap! I Did It Again.
Eclipsixis!
Eclipsixis!
Today's episode is supported by Eclipsixis.
Eclipsixis, also known as Crap! I Did It
He said
Again.
his name really weird.
Eclipsixis.
Eclip is
Thank
what
you
I
so
imagined
much,
off the
Helmy.
top.
Crap! I Did It Again. Thank you very much for supporting today's episode, Eclipsis.
Is that like a
I have
shitty
one
version
job.
of Britney Spears' "Oops, I Did It Again"
Yeah,
song?
Crap! I Did It Again is her
yeah.
lesser-known
Like,
version.
the
You missed the
non-radio
joke
edit.
that already happened.
But thank you very much for supporting this episode and making it possible to pay most of the cat costs. So thank you very much.
And the rabbit costs.
We forgot to post photos of our flat cats, and that was a missed opportunity.
It was. I've got a flat cat over there that I could totally...
We did give Felix the
What?
cat kiss.
And my definitely totally a cat.
Yeah, same here.
Lily.
I could have sent
If you don't know what we're talking about, you could go to our Twitter and see for National Cat Day what we posted.
Do you really
Maggie
want
asked for
to?
pictures of cats. We delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Someone delivered a snail, but too late. I had already made the post.
Oh, that was Fuzzy Snail. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah.
Right, let me just remove these. Bam. Okay, so other announcements. We started our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition campaign yesterday, Sounds of Silence. It's my favorite logo and intro yet, so I'm happy. It was also a lot of fun. Feel free to check that. The VOD will be going out on YouTube immediately after the show, so in about 4 hours' time. So feel free to go check that out. Other announcements. I think that's kind of it for announcements, right?
We have comic book issue 2 out for Layla.
That is also now available on Drive-Thru RPG and presumably on Drive-Thru Comics, which is pay what you want, so you can pay nothing, or you can actually pay something if you really want. Thank you to the people who have paid actual somethings for it. That's shocking. I did not expect that. Thank you. So that's
It's really good.
It is really good. You can get it for
Issue
free.
3 is already being worked on.
Oh my god, it's so fast.
Yeah,
Issue 3 is going to be the bonking one, isn't it?
I know.
It is, yeah.
It's getting to the bonking scene, which I'm excited about.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to come out a little. We've been really good about making it come out like the first week or so, but it might be coming out a little bit later because Dipper took a little vacation, which is good because because they had hand problems. So yeah,
Because of all the comic stuff, not...
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
No one but you, E.
we're not the only people commissioning stuff
took it in
either.
that direction.
Too busy.
Yes, too busy. So that's the other thing. You can get a comic for free. Any other things? I think that's it.
I think that's it. Thank gosh. We've had too much stuff lately.
Thank you, Gosh, as well as Ecliptixis. As well as actually Crap. No, wait, Crap. Was it Crap again or something?
Crap, I did it again.
Crap, I Did It Again. There we go.
Crap, I did it again. I forgot the pay transporter.
That's not how that second bar goes, but, you know, it could do. It's an early edit of the song.
I'm saying it's really hard to mash that into one line, so kudos to me.
Crap, I did it again. Forgot the support, and now I am lost. This intro, baby, where do we go next? I don't know.
We go to
DM.
how you can support us section of the
Okay,
intro.
in which case, since you're so adamant on the how you can support us section, Bentham, do you want to take it away?
Sorry, internet.
No, we're
I
not.
segued. I did it. So the way that you can, the way that all this is funded and everyone is able to be paid for their time and work as they should be, is Patreon. That's how we get the majority of our funding and can continue to do all the shows that we do and get posters every month and comics every month and all that awesome stuff. And if you sign up to the Patreon, you can pick whatever particular amount you like, and depending on the amount that you pick, there are various different tiers that you'll be signed up for, and you'll get everything in them. Whatever tier you're at, you get everything below that tier, and depending on what tier you are, there are more and more things, like MP3s of every show, after shows of every show, where at the end of every show we talk about what happened in the show, or we don't. We talk about something, though, and you can watch that and despair at the madness and that sort of thing. We have, you can look at everyone's character sheets for shows that have ended. You can get character generation summary videos where we talk about our characters before a show, or in this case with Sounds of Silence, it's going to be after because we were keeping everything secret.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, by the way, since we have Crap, I Did It Again on a mixtape, I think that also Despair at the Madness sounds like a song that is definitely appropriate for us.
Yeah. That's like our theme song.
You can also get behind-the-scenes access to stuff from GMs, like their notes for organizing the games and stuff like that. You can vote on polls for things that will happen in the games. You can get NPCs in games named after you. You can get the monthly newsletter. Every month we record a newsletter.
NPCs named after you. You can name NPCs.
You can name NPCs. You can give them names.
You can
And it can be your
that
name.
may be used for NPCs depending on the theme of the name, whether it's suitable for the place. I
It
may
has
edit
to
it
make
to make
sense.
it work. Yeah.
There are limitations on what name would make any sort of sense in a game. Bear that in mind.
Like, for instance,
Make it-
Crap,
yeah.
I Did It Again probably wouldn't work.
Don't submit that. It won't. No one will get that name. You'll get someone called like Krampus or something. We'll have to modify it. And at the crazy high levels, there's stuff like monthly one-shots that you can play in that are GM'd by members of Roll4It, which is cool. And above that, we just consider you to be mad. Which I think so far is all.
here.
Don't have to be mad to work here, but it helps.
You're the kind of mad that we like.
Oh. Wait, them or me?
Both?
Everyone, we're all mad.
Like, I'm gonna take that as a compliment for myself, even if it's not.
The kind of mad we like, mutually assured destruction.
That's
Would you like to
pretty
play a
accurate, yeah.
game?
All right, I'm just ignoring all of them
Would
now.
you like to play a game?
And I think that's it. We're really into vampires right now, if you haven't guessed.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of which, if you do tip at any point today, the tip icons are now a different icon.
They are thematic.
They are, thematic for our blood-themed vampire channel, which is what we are now, apparently.
I was
Yeah.
like, ooh.
Hey,
do
I brought
think
you
we can
high
do
schoolers having sex, so I don't know how to help. I think this is a better theme.
I mean, if we change the drops to a different color, they might work for that, but that would also maybe... Yeah.
No, just no.
What?
Just stop.
Then
Put
they
while
would
you're
look
ahead.
like
I'm
teeth.
sorry. One of
Ew.
the sheets you gave me for that RPG was where are the fluids? That was literally part of the
That's part of the
rubric.
Galahad skin. You didn't play
Yeah.
Galahad.
They're in the tip cup. That's where they are. The fluids are in the tip cup.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Continue
Don't
the
drink the
spiel.
tip jars, what I'm gathering.
Oh god, nobody was going there. Bentham, please continue the shilling.
I was finished. It's your turn.
It's been done.
Do you have more tea to make?
But
I can carry.
did you
Go
make
on.
the Twitch spiel? You made the Patreon spiel. You didn't make the Twitch or the rest of it.
No, but I never do the Twitch spiel.
You can do the Twitch spiel. You're old
Okay,
enough.
fine. Well, you can also support us through Twitch, and there's a couple of different means there. There's the bits, and there's also the tips, and there's also being a Twitch subscriber, which gives you all our emotes, and we have a lot of those. We commissioned some new ones a month or so ago, and they're really neat. like drama, and of course relation and ship.
Roll LMAO.
Yeah. And yeah, roll LMAO is I've been using that one a lot.
I also like the soon one for when like
Soon is
breaks
good,
are
yeah.
coming to an end or the beginning of a show. Those are fun. And of course the shovel's very useful for EE. Like that's pretty much the only time you'll use it.
Yeah, that's what that's there for. But next time
Maybe a little bit of Barnaby.
doing something he should not.
Instead of roll shovel, just,
Also,
Make it-
Tanis, thank you very much for the 5,500 bits. It's a lot of
Yes.
bits.
That's good.
Thank you.
Locking
That's a
in
good
that first place
demonstration
spot.
of how the system works.
Every day I'm shoveling.
We know, we know.
Okay, so do you want to take it by what happened last time then? Right. Last time, Layla and Imogen, who were dating, got into a little bit of a spat due to the fact that Layla ran away after Imogen got her arm ripped off. But Layla was like, I'm running away because I don't want to hurt you. We're going
Run
somewhere
away
dangerous.
is a terminology used for you're not coming back.
You ran away. You can always run back. But she did run in a direction that was not towards Imogen. She went away to get a powerful golem soul so she can re-soul an enemy who was a vampire, but also a slayer vampire, who was really powerful and had injured Imogen and ripped off Imogen's arm. She didn't want to inform Imogen because she didn't want to put Imogen in danger, but Imogen was rightfully pissed because, she wasn't really consulted on this, and her girlfriend had ran away while she was in the hospital alone. So after a bit of a complaint and a bit of a hoo-ha and a back and forth, they managed to get the golem soul and then break up permanently, considering that Layla had actually broken up with her by magical text message earlier that week. It was like 2 days earlier.
time got real weird.
Time got weird. Then they made it back to Rosewater. Imogen decided to take a few days off to go see her folks. Layla got back with Barnaby and Robert and their friend who used to be a vengeance demon, Violet, to the dorms, at which point Barnaby and Violet started bonking. And...
You think he was missing a step in there, like they went inside or, nope, just in the car.
Yep. I mean, it was a limo. So...
Still. They're probably not the only ones who've done it in there, and that's gross.
Just don't turn on the black light. Just don't. There's a reason. So
Turn off all the lights.
that too. Barnaby and Violet then decided to do a spell together that would hopefully erase people's memories of what had happened, the breaking up, etc., and everything would go back to normal. The spell, however, failed and instead wiped everyone's memory of everything, who they were, where they were, what was going on, anything to do with vampires, etc. And so the group then proceeded to walk around being like, who are we? What are we doing? They met up with the enemy, Slayer Vampire, Charity, and proceeded to walk around with her like, hey, maybe we're dating. And Layla and her started like making out and kissing each other and getting to like thirst base. At which point everyone started remembering again as the crystal that held their memories was broken. And Layla vomited everywhere. Charity ran off. And we're going to join back.
I forgot the part where we knocked out Mr. Davidson because he was going to murder us.
You did
because
tell him he was a
thought
kidnapper.
He was a murderer.
Yeah.
All of us, including him, became convinced that he was a kidnapping murderer.
I'm very much shortening the last like 5 or 6 episodes to try and fit here. So come on, we have a schedule to keep.
Yeah, but
I realize there's a lot of
we're
people-
going to go back to the scene where he's laying there unconscious.
He's in theory laying there unconscious in the boot of the car as Layla sits there vomiting. Robert, Barnaby, Violet. Who else did you have with you? I think that's it, right?
Janet was there.
Janet was there. Janet is also there as well, off to the side in a patch of forest next to the road. We're going to join back in media res at that exact moment. Take it away.
The very last thing that was said was by Violet, who just said to Rob and everyone else present that her and Barnaby have bonked.
No. She
Because
said
it
present
was-
tense. She said, we're bonking.
Okay, right, yes, okay. So that Rob's just had that happen. So he just like stops for seconds, like, oh. Okay. Can everyone just stop? Can we just have 5 minutes? or like more would be nice. Without something happening, someone running away or doing something stupid or bonking. That's fine. Whatever. Go ahead. Can we all just? Can I just want to go home. I just need to have any time, please. Just and I turn to Layla. Just don't go on patrols. Charity's out there. She'll murder you. I don't. If you need something to do, we've got 5 cats to house train. They've crapped on the books. And Barnaby, you can't. No more magical solutions to everything. There's no such thing. Also, we need to do something about Dad. Maybe heal him or take him to the hospital, or I don't know how injured he is, and then I'll just go home. Please.
I'll walk up to George and see if he's. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I'll see if he's.
You did already check. He's just unconscious.
Okay. I'll carry him into the car then.
Yeah. Okay.
So is he gonna be okay? Like he's just gonna wake up? He's not gonna
Yeah.
need medical attention. Okay.
I mean, in real life, if anyone suffers a head wound or head trauma, you take them to A&E anyway. But since this is a TV show, no, he's fine. You don't need to bother about that.
Yeah, you get knocked out in TV shows all the time. It's fine.
Layla just starts going over and picking him up.
And Rob's like looking around, waiting for an objection.
Okay, in which case...
Barnaby just like shakes his head and he's like, okay, also, you two, pointing at Violet and Barnaby, I'm going to make a wild guess about how responsible you are, and I'm going to say, use Violet's room so you're in range of the infertility statue. Okay?
Fine.
Layla almost gags again as she's putting Mr. Davidson into the car.
And then he waits for everyone to walk
No sassy comment from Violet? I am disappointed.
No, I imagine there's just a shared look between Violet and Barnaby.
Violet's like, did we need protection?
Oh god, no.
Rob is like, that's 2 ex-demons. They don't know what they're doing.
She used to be human.
I'm trying to decide.
Before they invented most forms of birth control.
And they had condoms as way back like 2,000 years ago, made of sheep intestines.
Yep, that's a thing you definitely
So
want
they
to
were always used.
That really
they
didn't kill
also
the mood.
stuck stones in camels' uteruses to act like IUDs, but you don't see me advocating for that one.
It's a good call. I'll put it on the list. So with that, we're going to skip forward a few days.
And one last thing, as everyone
Okay.
starts filtering away to the cars, I turn around and go up to Janet, who's probably there now, not hiding in the trees, because everything's over. And I grab her hand and say, I think I got us time for that date.
Aww.
Finally.
That was in character, I'm assuming.
Probably.
When we get back to the dorm, I will probably ask Violet to help me cast that spell.
Okay.
To fix the room.
The disinvitation spell. Yeah, I know exactly the one. So I'm going to just quickly look up disinvite. See if I can find the spell in the magic box. Okay, maybe it's revoke invitation. It's not a particularly high power level one. Oh, it could not show up. That's fine. That's
I know it was
cool.
the easy one because you
I
said
will help.
like even we could cast it really easily.
Whoever finds it.
What keywords to use? Because I can't just use
Don't do
vampire in the Buffy rulebook.
You can if you want to just search forever. Are we assuming it's in the magic box?
I looked in the magic box, couldn't find it. I'm going to look in the main rulebook now.
That seems like one they would put in the main rulebook.
Yeah, revoke invitation, page 168.
Bam. There you go.
Power level 3. Requirements, moss herbs,
Oh, that is
Holy
not
water,
that low of a
crosses.
spell.
Latin incantation.
Okay. Once successfully cast, a vampire is incapable of entering the dwelling. Of course, another invite does the whole thing, and you're back. Yeah, cool. So, Violet will cast a spell for you. She needs 3 successes. That's gonna be fun.
I like the idea that if this one backfires, is it just like my milkshake brings all the vamps to my room? Like,
Yeah, like all the vampires get into your room.
like the vampires just start being like, there's somewhere I need to be.
They receive a written invitation.
Yeah.
A letter appears in
Just
front of them.
vampire.
So
You'd laminate it and everything.
casting a spell is occult plus willpower plus sorcery, right?
Yeah. Sorcery, occultism, willpower.
3 success levels.
It's just enough.
Right.
So, that could have backfired, but she successfully casts a spell for you. There's a slight tingling in the air before it just settles down, and apparently there's no difference. But as far as you're all aware, the spell worked perfectly fine. Vampires who had any invitation are now banned again.
Thanks, Violet. Sorry for all the craziness.
That's okay. I have to go.
Hey,
Yeah?
one more thing. Do you like Barnaby? Like, a lot?
I mean, he's kind of bumpy in the right places, so...
Okay. I was just asking because be careful.
Rob already had that conversation. It was really awkward, so...
Not with your body, more with your heart.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we should explain that because that might be confusing to you. Feelings, your feelings. I don't want you to get heartbroken. I don't know if you know what that means.
She kind of cocks her head on one side and is just like, I was human once. Was a century ago. More than that.
Well, maybe those things don't change.
Maybe you should, think about your and Imogen's parts then.
Thought about it a lot.
I would stay and talk, but me and Barnaby are going to go bonk before Rob gets back from the workshop.
You do not need to ever tell me that ever again.
Okay. Me and Barnaby are going to go cast a spell before Rob gets back from the workshop.
Right. Okay. I go over to a drawer and I toss her a line of condoms.
Thank you. I should go. He's
That's
probably
what
got himself
Wrapping
ready.
it by protection. Yeah, bye.
Okay. Bye. She legs it. Okay. Rob, is there something you want to do in the next few days?
There are lady condoms out there, just for those of you who are in chat being like, why would Layla have condoms?
Also,
So,
just the sexual health clinics and stuff give them away all the time.
Also,
so when it
Layla
happens-
might just want to be prepared. Or they're somewhat expired. I mean, her and Imogen haven't been dating for that long.
Or she has them for just this purpose to give them to her friends.
Yeah.
Rob.
So yeah, Rob probably just runs this idea by Janet and just do you want to just build something?
They're working on their date? That's a terrible date.
Do you
It sounds like the perfect date for Janet and
Do you
Rob.
mean
I know.
build something, or do you mean when Violet and Barnaby say they're gonna do magic?
Not that.
In which case, yeah, that would be. What do you want to build?
I don't know. We could work it out. I haven't built anything in a while.
And I assume you're in the workshop when you're talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably a mess as well, because I think last time I was in it, I was possessed by wrath and was setting it up to trap.
In which case, you're probably like proposing this as you're going through cleaning things up.
With symbols in the corner.
Okay, in which case, like, you're doing this as you're going through cleaning it up, moving stuff around with her. Well, what about this? And she pulls up like a really old drawing from something that you proposed building like season 1 and built a temporary like test version of.
Yeah, she probably finds the burned out item itself somewhere.
And yeah, she finds that as well. And she's like, we could make this. But
oh, yeah. Last time I worked on that, I had no idea what I was doing.
You should probably use something other than silicon for the capacitors if you're going to put that much charge through it.
Yeah, that was actually really useful before, and then I never rebuilt it. I think I can make that better now.
Yeah, you can.
And I guess we start drawing up like plans and stuff.
Okay, in which case this is going to be power level 1 version.
Yes.
In which case you don't really need anything particularly fancy, like a tiny sliver of the dagger that you have that's broken, the actual meteorite dagger. Just a small section of that, like no more than a quarter of the blade, will suffice. And you can roll it, and it will be done probably almost by the time Imogen gets back. It'll be almost complete by then.
Yeah, I decided to go with the weaker one, so it will be done this season.
So if you want to roll your super science plus intelligence plus science plus, you can have a plus... You've got an assistance, and you've got assistance from someone who's higher than you. So I'm going to say just get a +2 as well.
That's good, actually, because I was going to say something, but the +2 works perfectly. I'm going to say the +2 is... that because he's back to building and hasn't done that in a long time, and because Janet's there, that's negating his crisis for the time.
Okay.
I was going to make a case for it, but it's a +2 anyway. I'm going to say that's what it means. 5, 10, 14.
Speaking of which, the chat, female condoms, like also known as femdoms, yes, they are a thing, and not many people use them. Speaking of someone who gave away this sort of thing, we went through 1 at a max per term as opposed to several hundreds and hundreds of condoms. And most people just get them as a joke. And yeah, they're just carrier bags, basically. Don't use carrier bags in place of them, but yeah. 17. That's 5 successes. You didn't need anywhere near that. Yes. You 100% ace this, and I'll say because you got like 5 times the power level you needed, it's done by the time Imogen gets back. Maybe not fully field tested, but it is done. Would you like to describe what it is, or would you want to save that?
We'll have a reveal.
Okay.
Whenever it is needed.
So bear in mind that it is, you didn't do any shrinking or anything on it, so it's still quite bulky. But it will do the job, definitely. Okay. Imogen.
Yeah. Sorry, just getting past everything you just said. No shrinking, kind of bulky. We'll do the job anyway. It's fine. Teach their own.
Okay.
We started it.
You invaded Poland. Okay, so you get back to Rosewater. Get off the bus. Nothing seems to be particularly amiss. You go all the way to the dorms, and it looks pretty normal. No sign of anything out of the ordinary. Where would you like to go first?
To the RA, the porter, whatever the reception person is called, and find out what her new room assignment is.
Rob has organized a new room.
Oh, you have? Okay, roll me a hacking check then.
Okay. That's just intelligence computing, right?
Yeah.
Did he?
Oh crap! This is with crisis. This isn't actually that good a roll. Oh no! I got a 1. That's 7. That's a fail. Do I get a room, but it's the wrong room, or
no,
do I just
straight
fail?
up. If you'd got below the threshold but succeeded, I would have said you got a room, but it was like not the right room, like a pretty bad room or something. You straight up fail, which means that you were unable to get into the system because you failed by a good margin. It wasn't an 8. That was a 7. That's, it's not close. That is a proper fail. You straight up weren't able to get her a room. You couldn't get through the defenses. In fact, the school is like someone has been hacking our database recently. So they've upgraded their firewall. You were unable to get her in your room. Imogen, you get back and you speak to the porter. Imogen Parker, let me have a look.
Yeah, I was supposed to be getting a room change.
Not that I'm aware of. You should still be in room... What, room 14 with Layla Smith?
Right. How do I put in a request for a room change?
Send an email to the head of year.
What's an email? Like they would be using email in 1998. It's a fucking form that I'm gonna fill out.
It's fair. That's fair.
Can I have the form for a room change request, please?
I imagine it's so unusual they don't have a set form. You just have to make your own letter and address that letter to the head of year. So
Great.
you just write your own
Then
letter.
she borrows a piece of paper and sits down. And could you also, would you be able to see if,
Yeah?
can I borrow the phone so I can give my friend Barnaby a ring?
Can't you just...
There's a phone, right, that students can use?
Yeah, there's a phone, but like he's kind of confused by why you want the phone off him, but there is a phone available. So yeah.
She would like to use this phone, and she will call Barnaby.
Okay.
Is
Barnaby,
Barnaby busy? Is he casting a spell?
like I think the camera just pans up and we see like Duvet moving up and down and some giggling, like totally Sim style.
Yeah.
And then
And it's not Violet giggling.
it's Layla.
Not what I meant, but
He's like, not what I meant, but sure.
yeah.
Barnaby's having a nightmare?
And then there's
Just a head pops up from between the covers, like, oh.
Which head?
And I reach over and I grab the phone and like kind of hang out of bed and like swat Violet away, like, hi?
Hi, it's
Shit.
me.
Hi, Imogen, hi!
What? Why did? Never mind. Do you know where Rob is?
He's been spending a lot of time in the in the workshop recently, so probably there, or I don't know. I could come find him for you.
No, it's fine. I'll go look for him. He didn't.
Whoa.
Didn't get the room
Barnaby,
change.
roll me willpower.
Okay. I did it.
Despite Violet's ministrations, he still managed to carry on a level conversation.
So, you're looking for him here, as in not where you with your parent. Are you back?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I'll come find you then.
No, it's fine.
I want to.
Okay, whatever. And she hangs up.
Oh, god damn it. I guess I'll go look for Rob.
She. Oh shit! She didn't really have any stuff with her, so she's probably got like a backpack. So she just shoulders the backpack, takes the letter she's starting to write with her, and she's gonna go find Rob in the workshop.
Okay. Barnaby, are you intending to go find Rob as well?
Well, yes.
Okay. After a couple of minutes or just now?
It might take a minute or two.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll only
A
take
minute.
Being generous, probably just 5 seconds. Sure. So, we get back to the lab. We see Rob. Do you want to do the reveal now, holding it up as Imogen walks in, or do you want to just keep it in the bag?
I'll go with the reveal. I'll say that, like, at the moment, Rob's wearing it, but then also he's, like, soldering it, which is not a good idea. But who cares?
Yeah.
I've done that.
Both you and Janet bent over with 2 soldering irons, just slowly going over some of the last electrics as Imogen walks in. You see Rob wearing this big, chunky, metallic gauntlet. It's kind of not like an armored gauntlet, not protecting fully, more it's got strips of metal here and there. There are odd circular devices with wraps of coils around them. There's obvious wires running over it, and in some places these glowing tubes. And it hums slightly with power, as you can tell it's...
I'm just like soldering a bit of it. Like, if we could just find a way to miniaturize the electromagnets, this could be so much lighter.
Imogen just sort of looks at it kind of nonplussed, like, yeah, that's a thing. That makes sense. He's got a Game Boy that can turn into an exosuit, like, on my list of things that are weird, this is pretty low. She's like, cool, that looks good. You just finished that.
Oh, Imogen!
Hi.
You're back! Hi!
Hi.
I couldn't get you a room.
Yeah, about that, why?
They've updated the system. I couldn't get into it to change it. I mean, I could just find out a room that is empty, and then we could pick the lock or something, and then you can have that until we work it out. There's plenty of empty rooms.
That would probably be better than my other idea.
I think there's only one empty room.
I mean, at this point, we're in far enough through the school year. Other students have died.
That's true. Fair enough.
Yeah, we can sort that out.
I'm gonna finish writing this letter, and she just like sits down on one of the benches and just sort of like, you do your thing.
Okay, yeah. And I just like share a look with Janet, like, what do we do?
She just goes and she's
You're both like socially
her
awkward. So she's like,
Janet, like, you basically complete the gauntlet, so most of it's just testing it as a user now. So Janet's gonna like shrug and like put the soldering iron down, and she just goes sits next to Imogen.
Sorry, was I interrupting your date? I can go write this somewhere else.
No, we're basically done anyway. Rob's gonna, test the new hardware.
Imogen notes did not deny that it wasn't a date. What were you making?
Well, Rob made a electromagnet gauntlet last year, but it was one use because it burned out. So I helped him upgrade the electronics and rebuild it, so it should be able to be more reliable.
Magnet hand.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, it's like the thing I built when I was trying to work out how you could lift gravestones with your mind.
Which is a bit silly
Yeah.
considering gravestones don't tend to be made of metal, but sure.
I was trying
He
to
went
rationalize
through a
it.
phase of denial about the existence of magic. It was really cute.
Well, it's a lot to be confronted with.
Yes, as the person who made a perpetual energy machine that won the science fair that's like still on display upstairs.
Wait, wasn't that the one that the guy fell into like a few months ago and...
Oh, I guess it's not on display anymore.
No.
I wonder if his room's free.
Probably, but he's... Wait, I don't think he was a boarder, but even then it would be in the boys' dorms?
Oh. That would cause a problem.
I didn't think you liked boys.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I like anything right now.
Okay. I don't know what I'm meant to do to help, but if I can.
Just do whatever you want to. I'm just going to finish writing this letter because if Rob can't get me a room, then I've got to get myself a room. And I'm not past picking a lock and making it my own, but I might as well pretend that I care about other people's legalities.
Yeah, that makes sense. This means you can get a room now and then sort that out. For however long that is.
There's always the one in between. Did you clean that up after your event?
That's something I still need to make right.
She pulls out her laptop and starts typing.
You know, it wasn't your fault, right? Like, not in an actual sense.
It's
None of this is
What?
your fault.
I know that Wrath was a part of, like, Wrath was controlling me, but I still made the decisions to do what I did based on that. I still came up with the horrible things I did, or my ideas.
We're all full of actual horrible things that we could or want to do. You would never have done those things if you hadn't been possessed by the literal spirit of wrath. Just because you can think that you want to do them, just because they're in you doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make it your fault.
I know I'm not evil, but it still took control of me. What if that could happen again? There's other kind of things out there that can mind control you or anything like that.
Your dad nearly tried to kill you.
Oh, that happened again while you were away.
What?
Wait, what?
Janet, what did you say?
I said, oh, that happened again while you were away.
Charity get to your dad again? Is he all right?
That's directed at you, Rob.
I was asking Janet, wait, what? Oh, you're talking about the memory thing. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying that, like,
Literally
you-
just happened 2 days ago.
No,
Your
I
dad
thought you
Imogen
were
has no
saying-
concept of this.
I thought you were saying that he got possessed again while we were in Tunisia.
No, Imogen just
Because
said
it
she
said-
tried to kill
No,
you.
because Janet
I
said
understand
while
what
you
Robert-
were away, he did that again.
While Imogen was away,
Yeah.
well,
But I see where Bentham heard it as well. You were away, as in, well, we as a group, well, her.
We've been away a lot. There's a lot of things have been happening. Okay, right. I'm on board now. Like, there was an incident. It's fine now.
What happened?
There was a memory thing. We all forgot who we were. It nearly got us in a lot of trouble.
Was that like sometime in the middle of the night 2 days ago?
Yes.
That would make more sense.
What happened?
I woke up in the middle of the night, didn't remember who I was or where I was. Just assumed I was having a nightmare and went back to sleep. But I'm guessing Barnaby tried something that he shouldn't have.
I'm just like, like obviously
Violet.
Barnaby.
Barnaby.
I would always think Violet.
Yeah, she adds or Violet. Unless you two have decided to go down a different route than I would have thought.
It
No,
was
no,
Barnaby
no.
and Violet. They tried to fix things by making us forget certain things.
She just kind of starts laughing, just like she can't, like, that's it. It's, you've got to laugh or you're going to cry sort of thing. Like, well, I'm sure you all had fun.
It was a little bit stressful, I'll be honest.
Really? Would never have guessed.
Everyone's alive, though.
Was there a possibility that wasn't going to be the case?
At a point.
Layla vomited all over Charity.
Charity was involved? Good lord,
Yeah, apparently she was trying to break into Layla's room at the time the spell happened, so she got caught up in it, and we thought we were friends with her for a while. That was
I
weird.
would just like her to be dead. That would make everything easier.
That's something we can work out, I guess. I've told everyone to just stay inside for now.
You realize inside only helps if it's a specific kind of inside.
At home.
Speaking of
I
which,
don't think this count.
I've managed to get into the school records.
Oh,
Just kind of, like, surprised and then less surprised. Like, she's good at that stuff. Like, good, really good.
Can you get me
We're
a different room?
I didn't manage to get into the boarding house records, but I did manage to put in a request that you would be staying with my parents for a while. I've got spare bedrooms if you want.
As in the slightly demolished house.
It's only a tiny bit of blast damage.
Yeah, sure. You live there still, right?
Yeah.
Probably better safety in numbers anyway. And definitely still better than that room. Thank you.
Do you mean the room where the boy died, or the room with Layla?
Either.
Okay.
But on a scale, it was definitely James' death room, Layla's room. Just like very clearly puts Layla's room real far down with her, like it's like top, like bottom ground. Thanks. I guess I'll leave John here. At that point, her bag probably starts meowing. oh. Just like puts the kitten on her shoulder. I have a cat now.
And I think like
Rob.
from around a work, like one of the workbenches, another cat emerges. Oh, yeah. I like this one.
You have 1. I have 5.
The others are probably at Dabrit's house at the moment, I imagine.
Yeah, you've just were like, "Hi,
You
Dad. You now have 5 cats."
Neighborhood strays at this point. Like, get them all spayed and kind of let them be indoor, outdoor cats.
I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with the others.
I mean, get them spayed, because otherwise they'll just become part of the kitten economy. Rob, Imogen's probably still gonna stay there. I don't imagine she's got anywhere to go until Janet goes home. Rob, I don't know how else to tell you that this isn't your fault. You seem to adamantly want to believe that it is. That somehow having bad thoughts makes you a bad person.
I'm just worried about what I might do if something like that happens again.
Well, look at it this way. I've turned someone into a frog without ever wanting or knowing how I did that. I still don't even know how it happened or how I can turn him back. And that was a thing that I did without being possessed by evil. We're all capable of doing bad things. It's the fact that we don't do them all the time that makes us good people. Or reasonable people in my case. Yeah, you might get possessed by some horrible evil thing again and go on some murderous rampage. But until then, you're going to keep being Rob and you're going to keep doing good and wonderful and useful things. You're going to keep helping and building crazy fucking magnet hands. Probably won't accidentally kill people because you fuck it up.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I went with this one.
Yeah, because you know that magnetism spell that we encountered? Definitely thought about learning that one and then was like, that could go horribly wrong. Like, what if it reverses itself? What if I start, like, draining you of all of the iron in your blood?
Yeah, I made sure not to make this one powerful enough for something like that.
Yeah. That's because you're smart. And also a good person. So I don't know, if you want to keep being worried about what horrible thing might happen, then you should probably not live here anymore.
Yeah, I couldn't leave here. Even without accounting for how my inventions don't work away from here.
I think with enough time you'd probably figure a way around that. Just make a portable hellmouth.
I was like, ah.
A little hellmouth in a bottle.
Maybe something like that. I'll put that far down the list. I'm... Everything's still not fixed.
Like what?
It's just like... like...
Does he just like point at Imogen and then gesture vaguely?
He's like looking generally in like the boarding house direction. Like, I set that in motion. I messed with Layla to make her push us away. That was the point.
Rob,
I can't be happy until that's... Well, it's
oh, good lord, do not put your happiness contingent on someone else. Look what that got me.
Rob, I was also evil demon for a bit, so...
Layla's always kind of been like this. Making her have friends has been like pulling teeth sometimes.
But it was at least working.
Yeah, and it might work again. Fine, maybe it was your fault in some way. Maybe you pushed her down some road, but you can't push someone that's not already walking in that direction. You're not strong enough for that.
So it's like he'd smoked it.
Imogen's like, good, because I intentionally was trying to make a joke.
He's like, yeah, and she's not magnetic either, and I hold the glove up.
Exactly. You might have had some influence on this, but Charity ripping my arm out of the socket also probably did. And the fact that all Layla has ever heard from every watcher ever, from the entire people that told her she is who she's supposed to be, is that she's supposed to go at this alone, and that's the only way she can do this. So really, we should probably just join forces with Charity and take down the entire Watchers Council. That would solve our problem.
So, what you're saying is that you...
I'm making a joke about that part.
But the part before that, where you were saying that Layla has been taught that she has to be alone?
Yeah.
Maybe you, I don't know, but maybe talk to her or tell her that or something?
Ugh, no.
Okay.
Imogen's clearly not going to hear any advice related to Layla. That just sounds like it's like going to be talking to a brick wall.
Sometimes brick walls have to be broken.
Don't tell her that, Rob.
I guess terminology is important there.
Yeah.
Either way, thank you.
But you're talking to us about it, and I think Layla's been doing the same, talking to Violet, maybe. So.
Oh no.
But you're talking to us, and she's talking to her, and you're not talking to each other.
We tried that.
Maybe with less shouting.
There was less shouting at the end.
I don't do this, I don't know. Sorry.
This is fine.
I sort of nod in agreement, like this is.
Pats her on the back. It's fine.
I don't know how to fix, but I've got to try and make things right, whatever way I can. I did some damage, and I need to undo it.
That's very noble of you, but you also don't need to destroy yourself over that.
I think that'd do the opposite for me right now. Thank you for understanding, especially after I shot you.
No, not the first one. Well, you might be the first one to shoot me. But I learned a neat trick because of Charity doing it that one time, and it turned out it worked.
What trick is she talking about? Is this
The stopping.
The one where she was telekinetically blocking it.
right? Oh yeah, right.
That pissed Rob off.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. It turns out that when you're really bad at sports, you're used to things just flying at your face very quickly, and you develop a quick reaction time to not wanting that to happen. And it works
the
with
gauntlet, like
Thanks.
I lifted up the gauntlet, like, I wonder if I could do that with this. You might have to
I genuinely thought he was going to just try throwing something at her.
No. I think it works on the same principles. Anyway,
It
Yeah,
would have
just-
to be something magnetic.
yeah.
Is this like magnetic, or magnetic, as in it's just made of metal?
And it has to be ferromagnetic.
Oh, that's needlessly
Actually,
specific.
with this one, isn't this one anything?
It has to be ferromagnetic. It has to be iron, cobalt, or nickel. As the
Okay.
main constituent. It doesn't have to be like all of it. It doesn't have to be pure. It can just be provided it has that in it in quantity enough.
Like, yeah, it's magnetic. I haven't worked out how to manipulate gravity yet.
I can teach you magic if you really want. Don't take me up on that. I'm actually a terrible teacher.
I'll stay. This is my comfort zone. I'll stay here.
I'm glad you're my friend, Rob. I'm glad you've been my friend this whole time, that I cheated off your test that one time in year 7 and you didn't get mad at me. So thank you. I don't think you deserve to beat yourself up over this. I think you can cut yourself a little slack. You don't have to fix everyone's problems just because you might have had a hand in making them happen. Because there were so many other forces at work on this.
I'm glad you're my friend too.
Oh, Barnaby
I
found
think
out what that
this-
spear is.
Do I know this?
Oh.
Yeah.
I think
Remember it was
Imogen
discussed.
was here for some of that.
Barnaby did a little bit more research last episode and confirmed exactly what it was, probably.
It's the Jesus one, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's probably not a thing we should have given to greed.
No. Hopefully its magical properties aren't too
At this point,
dangerous.
Barnaby and Violet come down to the workshop. You're intending to come down still, yeah?
Forgot I was doing that. Yeah, okay.
Hair's a
I'm
little
trying
bit...
so hard to get you out of your crisis, Bentham.
I think it's. Are we there? We might be there.
I think we're there because like no one has said it.
We will discuss it
everywhere.
after the scene is over. Barnaby and Violet enter the scene. Hair's a little bit tousled, definitely not made up. Little bit of a sheen of sweat.
Oh
Speak-
boy, does Imogen figure this one out.
With
So-
your interpersonal knowledge and skill, yeah, you know.
You two are bonking. Since when?
Hi, Imogen. It's nice to see you.
No. Answer the question.
It didn't seem like there was a question there. You basically assumed.
Yeah, that was
correctly.
I
that
said
was a
since
definite
when?
statement.
Oh, since when?
Oh, couple of days ago. Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't like this.
How was home?
Oh, it was good. My parents said something about getting a loan that wasn't a loan. Did you help them buy a new house?
Not me.
I thought Barnaby had mentioned he was doing something.
I think I might have mentioned it, but I don't remember actually
Don't
doing
remember
it.
actually doing it.
No, but someone did help your parents through the process and put up enough money to them to get a new house.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
bit-
she has
a little
another
bit
guess.
larger, a little
I
bit newer
think
than
I
the
know
old one.
who did it.
A little what?
A little bit larger, a little bit newer than the old one.
Oh, fuck. It doesn't count as a deal if you didn't actually say anything, then just do it, right?
Greed is particularly generous for... Surprisingly so, yeah.
I think he's just weirdly obsessed with me. Maybe? I don't know.
You did work for him. Did he pay you?
No. Pay me an experience. He said it was
Huh.
for the exposure. And I
Oh,
said, you can't eat exposure. And then he still gave me food, so it was fine.
Then he brought out a demon that actually does eat exposure.
Yeah.
It's like, well, he works for it.
Yeah, these demons, they die if they don't get like a retweet every 5 minutes.
It's belief-based, like, small gods.
I was going to say just exposure, like you just have to shine really bright lights on it.
A spotlight, me?
Yeah. Anyway, it was good. It was nice to see the new place. Since, your ex-dad, stepdad, former dad, demon dad. How do you want us to refer to him?
I don't know.
Adopted dad, or maybe just dad who kidnapped him.
Ex-dad?
That seems like quite a long name, Rob.
You can have ex-dad and ex-dad.
Yeah.
He had a name.
We do not speak that name in this house.
Your ballet instructor, that's right. That's one she
Oh,
referred to.
yeah.
Since your
Violet's blushing a bit while this is going on.
ballet instructor had, blown up the old one.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
Wait, why do you... I thought that you and Rob were twins, brothers.
Twins? Yeah.
Oh,
But
it's a long story.
I saw
One of
pictures
them,
your mum.
they were both kidnapped at birth by a bunch of demons called Drox demons, and they managed to convert one of them, Barnaby, into said Drox demon. We're partway through converting Robert, but that didn't happen. And then parents, the human parents, rescued them, but Barnaby was already a demon, so that was too late. So they got Robert back. And then eventually, mother died, father vow of vengeance. We made friends with Barnaby. Barnaby became human because he made a deal with a fate. I'm just saying, so far, I've been tempted twice by deals with ancient powerful beings, and I have said no to them. I don't know why everyone else does this. It's still a bad idea.
It's not a
And,
bad idea. It worked
I
out just
haven't
fine
yet.
for me.
Yeah, you're next, probably. She points at him. And so now he's human again.
But
And then we murdered his ex-father, the demon,
Mm.
Lord.
Yeah. That worked
Backed
out
up.
quite well.
No,
You were
that was-
there for like 2 seconds, then you ran away again.
I was... When?
New Year's Eve. Lots of demons. You ran up. Everything. You got very confused and ran away again.
You tried to cast a spell on me to make me...
this is Janet, not Violet.
Yeah, they're talking
Oh.
to Janet,
Oh,
not
yeah.
Violet.
Oh,
Yeah. Did you ever find out what happened to the other version? Wait, what happened to him?
But
He
Barnaby-
got shot by Robert and then ran away.
they
Yeah.
shot some of his face off,
Okay.
Yeah.
which means
do
he
you know
probably
where he
can't
is?
pass as Barnaby anymore. If Barnaby ever comes in, he's got new scars on his face, then run away.
God, I don't remember how long that spell's supposed to last. Do you? And she looks pointedly at Violet.
Violet, I think, has previously said she has no idea.
I have no idea. It didn't come with the terms and conditions and a usage manual, really. So
God, always get a contract.
I'm really bad at receipts as well. I never take them.
So
other than messing up with memory spells, how have you all been?
So you heard about that? Yeah, I've been good.
Layla, and Violet whispers to Barnaby, "Should we tell Imogen that Layla and Charity hooked up?"
I don't think that's important right
Okay.
now. Have you told Layla you're here?
Nope.
Okay. So where are you going to be staying?
Janet's place.
I've got spare rooms.
Awesome. We should hang out. We should do
As
something.
opposed to what we're doing right now.
What, you mean having an awkward conversation while standing in the middle of a workshop while Rob is wearing a giant metal hand? Okay.
Barnaby scrapes a chair across the room and sits down. He's like, okay.
It's like the concrete floors.
We could all go somewhere instead of workshop?
As long as it's daytime.
We can test out your new toy, Rob.
We could do that.
Oh,
I mean, it only works on metal.
We could go to one of the small supermarkets they've got trolleys. They're metal, right?
We could freak people out by
We
moving
could-
trolleys with no one pushing them.
We could have a competition, Imogen versus Rob and me, and we could try moving stuff with our minds.
Yeah, I want to try that.
How many levels
Also,
of
you can
sorcery
try that.
does Violet have now?
As far as you are aware, she only has one.
She might just have telekinesis on its own, but
Like, I mean, I don't want to cause a lot of trouble and draw attention or
It'll be
anything like that.
fine. They're just trolleys.
People seem to be very good at waving away obvious evidence of supernatural activity, so maybe it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. The entire place must be on a hill. That's why all the things are rolling down. Oh, they're going the other way. I guess it's a two-way hill.
Rob, we could do with a low threat environment field test. So
Okay, we could do that. Also, we should should go say tell Layla, just so she knows.
you go for it. Can one of you let me know when she's not in the room? I'm gonna pack up my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I was just thinking maybe Violet could do that because she lives next door.
yeah, sure. She's missed you.
Great.
Okay.
We all have.
Yes, we all. Well, I was really busy bonking Barnaby, but other than that, when we weren't oh, okay.
So much information I don't need.
Would you prefer I called it sex? Because I used to, but Barnaby insists on calling it bonking.
Do you say we're sexing? Like, how do you... I would like to know the grammar with which you were saying this phrase.
Having sex?
Okay, good. Go for that.
Or
If it makes
we're
Barnaby
doing a
more
spell.
uncomfortable. No, use whichever one's going to make Barnaby the most uncomfortable.
Just, I think the fact that she brings it up at any opportunity is probably the...
So how is the sexual intercourse, Barnaby?
He's a little bit new to it, but you know, I think he'll get better.
Rob, next time you tell Violet to do something, can it not be just honesty?
But
It's something of a blessing and a curse, I'll be honest.
I'm not seeing the
I'm
blessing.
hoping there are long-term benefits.
Mm,
Like no more spying. This bit's not so great.
She's farming them drama points. I did say I think you'll get better. You've got potential.
Thanks.
He's got a lot of stamina. He keeps going.
Rob face palms with the giant gauntlet.
Oh,
That
like
is
the
its,
glasses.
that is its true purpose.
It's just he really wants to get to like having
I
sex.
think
really
we should go
quickly,
to
but
the supermarket and do that mind thing.
are we
I'm
not-
really interested to
talking
see if
about-
I have psychic powers, so maybe, looks at Violet, I can hit people from really far away.
That sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Yep, bye.
I'll go tell Layla. I'll meet you in a second.
I would like to have been doing something for the past 2 days.
Okay, what would you like to be doing for the last 2 days?
Um,
Burning effigies of Imogen.
no. Layla loves Imogen. She's actually looking up the Slayer, information on the Slayer, Nikki.
Nikki Woods. Okay, sure. Feel free to roll me a.
Well, I think she knows a lot of like that she made friends, that she lived longer. She's in her 20s when she died. And she left behind a child and a partner. And I think what she's trying to look for is that child or the partner.
Okay.
Or some part of their lineage.
Make an intelligence notice or occult you can choose. Because you know exactly which book it is, so it's not as necessarily like occult knowledge. But I would let you use occult if you had it.
Can I... so I get intelligence plus notice would be 8. And then I have a crisis. So I'm guessing that... Does that negate it too still?
Yeah, it'd still be just +6.
Oh, okay. We'll see what happens. 15.
Okay. The Slayer book does not talk about anything after she did die, but it does mention that her partner did die a little while before she actually got killed herself. She was hunted down and killed by a vampire who was a few hundred years old. Her watcher was also killed, which meant that the records after that point are just like filled in post-tense by someone who went back and must have reviewed the scene and checked and correlated some things. So it's kind of like then she went here and then she died, etc. It's not really in-depth. There's no information on her child. You can't really find much information on any child. But there is a lot of references to the fact that, surprisingly, she did live quite a while. She was not particularly close with her watcher. She mostly relied on her partner, and there's definitely some notes in the Watcher's log about her, about the fact that she didn't play well with the Watcher's Council, but nonetheless, because she had friends, etc., she did survive.
Any?
Most of them played well, because most of them were trained from a very young age. The majority of Slayers are known and started training around the age of 13. Like Kendra, if you're wondering from a meta standpoint, was an example of like the default Slayer. Like she's been trained since 13. She's very much like does what they say. They know exactly and then they just fly around the world and go to different locations and sort evil. Nikki is one example of being much closer to Buffy or to Layla. She had not necessarily a normal family, but she had a partner, she had a child, she did have a couple of friends, etc. She was a bit more estranged from her watcher, although her watcher was also, reading through the book, not as highly regarded by the Watcher Council. You might infer that that's because relation with Nikki, that he was on her side or he stood up for her or something, but reading between the lines, they were on less good terms with the Watchers Council because she was more independent and did her own thing, along with the fact that she did have a personal life of some kind.
The child? What was the child's name?
It doesn't say. It just specifies that she had a child, and honestly, it seems very impersonal about how the book talks about the child. It's very much, she had a child. The child was a problem because she had to look after the child occasionally,
Is the name
etc.
of her and her significant other, like, full names in the book?
No, it's very much focused exactly on the Slayer.
Okay. Basically, Leia was trying to find this kid, potentially, if she could.
Okay.
Okay. That's what she was doing. She was researching.
Alright, so at this point, as you work this out, it's like a couple of days later, Violet. Imogen, Layla, Imogen's back.
Door's unlocked.
Imogen's... Do you want to see Imogen?
Does she want to see me?
She said no, but... Maybe?
She said no, then I respect that. Does she need me to leave the room or something?
At some point to pick up her stuff, but we were all going to go down to the supermarket and try out Rob's new glove.
Well, wait, what?
Oh, Rob made like a magnet glove or something. It glows. There's wires.
But are there no... You're gonna do this in public?
Well, there's a supermarket on the edge of town which is probably closed by now, and they've got the metal baskets on wheels.
Okay, well, you guys have fun then.
You can come and...
She picks up John, brings him back over to the atrium, puts him back in, and puts some food in there and closes it up. If Imogen doesn't want to see me, that's fine.
Okay. I can go ask if she minds you coming.
Probably best.
I need to ask a question. It's about
Okay.
boy things.
All right.
So, Rob was saying that I should be honest,
Okay.
but every time I've talked about bonking Barnaby, everyone's... And then when people asked how the bonking was a moment ago, I said that Barnaby had potential, but needs
Who
work.
was asking you about the bonking?
We were in the workshop and everyone was there.
I like grab Violet's hand and I like sit down next to her, or sit her down next to me on the bed, and I'm like, some things. Okay, being honest is important, but some things are meant to be between you and whoever you're having your relationship with. Not everything needs to be shared with everyone else.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of the don't kiss and tell type of thing?
Oh. Well, we didn't kiss for at least... Oh, okay.
It's not literal. It's more of, like you didn't hear about me and Imogen and what we do. We never talked about that to everybody else. It's between us. It's our relationship. It's none of any of
and
your
everything
businesses.
yeah, okay.
But if you're both comfortable and want to share that information, then yeah, go for it. But maybe you need to talk to Barnaby about that. Maybe he's not comfortable.
Okay. Thank you. I won't tell anyone about this or about... She kisses you.
What the? No, I push her away. I'm like, that is not
Don't kiss
what I
and
meant.
tell. Oh.
I told you it is not a literal thing. And oh my gosh, no, don't go kissing everyone.
Okay. I'll go ask if Imogen's okay with you coming along.
Violet, do you understand what? That is not appropriate. What you just did.
Sorry?
I just opened the door. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know how to handle
For
it.
reference, she kissed you on the cheek, but yes.
Okay.
She goes.
Either way, I still pushed her away because
Sure.
like that is.
Everyone is down in the car. Imogen comes. Violet comes down, pops her head in. Imogen, Layla wants to know if you're okay with her coming.
Imogen kind of just gives her this look like, I'm not gonna stop her.
Not stopping her, and minding if she comes.
She can do whatever she wants. She's made that clear.
Okay, so I'll take that as a tentative yes.
Fine.
Okay.
Whatever.
Barnaby, also, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, I think I need to talk to you as well.
Okay. You walk in, find like a secluded stairwell, something to have a conversation in. So sorry. Layla said that maybe we shouldn't be as honest as Rob said I should be, and I'm sorry, and that there are only some things that I should talk about with you. So I just want to say that I'm looking forward to your potential.
Me too. I'm not looking forward to the next time you tell everyone, though.
Sorry.
Whatever. Also, like Imogen said, Layla can do what she wants, but I don't think inviting her would be the best thing. Even though I definitely want Layla to say, this is so difficult. What are we going to do? How the hell are we ever going to get those two in the same room?
Let me
They
tell you.
don't say words to each other.
Let me tell you, 1998 laptop keyboards were loud.
Oh no!
Yeah, you can hear
Barnaby
like
and
both
Violet are
Rob
plotting.
and Janet on their keyboards in the car. Maybe we should put them in a room and then lock the room?
Less aggressive than that. I've kind of gone off of the fixing everything after the spell. I'm just trying to think how we can be good friends. But yeah, maybe if it gets real bad, then maybe.
Maybe we could wipe their memories of the entire relationship.
I don't think that's a great idea, do you? Unless you want to meet Rob again, or...
Well, I'm sure we could, like, improve on it. Like, we know better now.
I'll be honest. I do want to try some spells.
Yeah,
Not
I want
that
to try
one,
some
though.
spells with you two.
No, actual magic.
Oh, I thought you meant a blowjob.
Maybe. Later. Let's
Okay.
go.
I'll go talk to Layla.
No, you go. I'll talk to Layla.
Oh, okay. Sure. And Violet goes back to the car.
Hey, Layla.
Doors open.
I opened the door.
Look, I don't want to know. I'm sorry, whatever Violet said to you. I was just trying to give her good advice.
No. Oh, that was you. Oh my God, thank you.
Sorry.
No. I just wanted to say we're going out and it's with Imogen. I don't think.
Violet said something about carts, and then Rob made a hand thing.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. It's a magnet hand, and it's going to be amazing. And he will definitely show you later when it's not quite so awkward. I think. I want to hang out with both of you, and I don't know what to do. Are you going to be okay?
It's okay, Barnaby. Go have fun.
Thank you. I will. You have fun too. Are you still reading up about Slayer stuff?
Her room is like really dark, and there's just like papers and books strewn about everywhere. And she like has her hair up in a ponytail or like in a bun, and she looks like she hasn't changed in a while or showered.
Oh. I can
That breakup depression.
I can help stay here and help you research if you want.
No, it's fine. Just
Okay.
have fun. Tell me about it when you guys get back.
I will. I'll come straight here and let you know how. Oh, whether I have telekinesis. We're going to check that out as well. Who knows? Maybe.
Try to avoid any memory spells.
Yeah. Ironically, I don't want to remember that one, so I'm gonna look up some different spells. Catch you later.
As you say that, she opens the door back up and looks down the hallway. Don't do anything stupid.
No promises.
She like leans up against the doorway and is just like, oh my god. And then goes back in and closes the door and goes back to her books.
Okay. In which case, Barnaby, join up with the rest.
Yep.
Head off to the supermarket. Right.
By the way, Dadbert's okay, right?
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
He's fine.
Does Robert still have a crisis?
Rob, I do want to talk about this. Rob,
Okay.
it sounds to me like your crisis has been, you made a dent last episode, dent the episode before, but that seemed a pretty good conversation.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
think we
happy the
chipped it away.
majority of that is behind you?
I'm happy with the key parts of it that Imogen mentioned of maybe it is your fault what happened, but it's because it would have happened at some point anyway, that sort of thing.
You're going to the Imogen School of Crisis Recovery. Just accept that you're a terrible person.
But I feel like a part of it should be that like, instead of just trying to fight the crisis, you embrace a part of it, but understand that it's okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It's
I caused
stages
that,
of grief.
but that wasn't me. Like, and it could have been anyone, and that sort of idea of it, of like, yeah, it happened, but it's okay.
Okay. In which case, you can remove your crisis.
I'm
Imogen-
free!
Imogen, you can have a drama point.
How?
Take it.
I think 15, 16 episodes?
You didn't have a crisis last episode.
That's because I wasn't
part of it.
me.
You also didn't have like most of your bonuses.
That is
I was
also
going to
true.
say, actually, we technically should have kept our skills because that's a different kind of memory. People who have no ability to commit anything to long-term memory can still learn new skills.
You can learn new skills, but learning old skills is different.
Depends on the skill.
And muscle memory comes back
Clearly,
easier.
we had retained the ability of speech, therefore, certain things we had still remembered.
Speech
So-
is very different.
Yeah.
Remembering how to program is different as well from remembering how to stealth, which is why I was allowing
Yeah.
muscle memory to come back more
Start
easily.
deploying shovel because E is telling 2 psychology students about how the
Thank you.
brain
Thank you.
works.
That is fair. That is also fair. But I was
It
making
is
the point that
separate, to
muscle
be
memory
fair.
comes back quicker.
But yeah,
So
Like, what neural pathways did this memory spell affect?
magic. That's the great answer. Magic.
yeah. The answer is magic.
So
Magic only works if there's some sort of arbitrating force that can make decisions and has opinions. I feel like.
magic needs a GM. So you
Yes.
go to the supermarket car park. Okay. We're gonna actually skip back to Layla's room.
Bloody
Yeah?
charity again.
Layla, there's a knock on your room. Miss
On the
Smith,
room. Okay.
there's a phone call for you downstairs.
I walk over, like peek out. Give me a second.
Sure. You can just come
Who is it?
answer it. Said he's Mr. Davidson.
Okay. I close the door and I quickly put on something else.
Okay.
Like I was just wearing like shorts and a tank top. I put like pants on and grab a hoodie.
You get downstairs. You answer the phone. Layla, do you want to do a practice session tonight?
Yeah, sure. Seems like I have nothing else. Are you good enough?
Yeah. I mean, it's not the first time my memory's been wiped.
Okay. Wait, what? Oh, right. Sorry.
All right. I'll get the heavy bag set up.
Should I bring anything?
Don't think so, unless you've got anything you want to bring.
Okay. I'll be there in a bit.
Okay.
She hangs up the phone and runs over back to the room and grabs her things and heads down.
Okay. You get down there. George Davison answers the door. He's wearing like cargo trousers along with a vest top, which is very tight, gleaming with sweat as he's already like worked out a little bit. You don't need to stretch as much as normal people, but normal people training with you definitely need to work out and stretch beforehand because that's going to prevent injury. Luckily, that's the thing about the Slayers. They don't just pull muscles. Totally a thing.
Layla has like sweatpants on and like a tank top with she's wearing a hoodie over it right now.
Okay. Leads you into the garage where he's got like a heavy bag set up and some pads.
It says like Metallica on it.
So, sets up the heavy bag, starts bracing it for you, press against. How's it going with Imogen?
I'm punching the bag. I wouldn't use the word going.
That bad?
I don't know. I just keep punching the bag.
He lets you punch the bag for like a good 5 minutes before. So, do you want to talk about it or just want to punch the bag harder? You look like the bag's starting to split across several seams and like sand's beginning to trickle out.
I stop for a moment and I'm like, punching the bag seems to be helping.
Okay. Practice some kicks then if you want.
Yeah, she'll do a bunch of kicks. High, low, medium, left.
Feel free to make me a
right.
dexterity plus kung fu -1 check.
Well, -3.
Oh yeah, crises.
Dexterity plus kung fu. -3. 14.
You hit the bag, your mind really isn't in it, so while you're still successful in kicking a stationary object, most of your kicks are off-center, and you miss time where you're putting the power in, so you don't hit them full force. Look, you seem a little bit out of it. Like, don't get me wrong, that would still floor anyone human. But you seem like there's something on your mind. Look,
I mean,
I know I'm not your dad. I know that, you know, your parents are away a lot. And I know that talking to your friends can be, you know, they're also friends with Imogen. And I'm just your watcher, but I'm also meant to make sure that you're okay, more than just physically. Like, if you want to talk about anything, I ain't gonna judge.
I've just been thinking a lot. I was reading Watcher's book, and I don't know if you know the Slayer Nikki.
Know of her?
Yeah, I was just trying to find more information on her. Apparently, she's one of the ones that lived the longest. I don't want to die.
As far as I know about her, she kind of caused the council a lot of grief. She was quite independent and went her own way and had friends. Hell, she even had a kid, I think. Council don't like to talk about her much because she's not a model example of a Slayer. I guess a bit like you.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Just thinking about life and stuff. I don't know.
You wondering if it's okay to have friends?
I guess.
The Watchers Council would probably tell you no. But then again, the Watchers Council wouldn't care if you died because they'd just get a new Slayer. Probably one that is a little bit more talkative with them.
Well, they've never talked to me.
They do, through your Watcher. But I tend to take a bit more of a hands-off approach. I don't think you're one to submit to authority.
She like smirks, kicks the bag. Yeah, that's not really my thing.
Yeah, I noticed.
I guess, I mean, before you met Mrs. Davidson, did you date anyone else?
Couple of people. Never really went anywhere particular.
Did you ever break up with someone?
Yeah.
Why does it hurt? I mean, I'm the one that broke up with her.
It depends why you broke up with someone. And he goes over to like a mini fridge he's got in the corner of the garage at this point, pulls out like 2 cans of Coke, opens one for you, hands it to you. Look, there are 2 ways of seeing this. Firstly, you can break up with someone and it's a breakup and it's over. The second one is, even with, you know, Rob and Barnaby's mum, we had arguments occasionally. That's a sign of a healthy relationship if you can actually have an argument and then get it all out in the open. The people I worry about, the people who never had an argument. Did you and Imogen before now ever have a single argument that actually caused you to raise your voices at each other?
Maybe like once.
Look, occasionally an argument is good for you. Sometimes with Rob and Barnaby's mum, things would set on fire as well. Having an argument with a witch can be... Just saying, if you want to borrow a fire extinguisher next time you talk to her, I've got one in the kitchen.
Just more boils.
I laugh and I say, yeah, I think about the boils. And I'm like, yeah, tell me about it.
So...
I'd probably take the fire.
Okay, well, it's, in the kitchen, it's under the kitchen sink, but the point being that sometimes you also go through periods in a relationship where you do have, you know, it almost looks like you broke up. Or maybe even did break up and then you get back together. And you can look at either way. You try and make it work if you want to. But not every relationship is meant to last. You should just enjoy the time you have in a relationship rather than having to worry about the relationship only being valid if you know, die. Death being like a validation. Death being a valid. It's not validation I'm looking for. I'm gonna go with
Validity? No.
Death making a relationship valid is a very morbid way to look at it. You should also just enjoy relationships that don't have to result in death, which is a bit too common for us in this line of work.
I think that's easier for someone to say who doesn't have a life expectancy of under 20.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Life expectancy in my job is late 20s.
I don't want to die.
I don't want you to die either. But sometimes in our job, it does happen. And would you rather die having made someone's life a better place, having made the world a better place, or push someone away? And the last memory that you might have of them and they have of you would be pain. If you love someone, you tell them. And you make sure that if that's going to be the last memory, at least it's a happy memory.
I did that. But it wasn't happy. And Rob said something that I guess has made me think about it a little bit more. The whole life and death and you think is making the world a better place. What if I'm not? What if I'm making the wrong decisions? What if I'm just a murderer? I mean, he's right. Who am I to choose who lives and dies? Should I not be killing every demon I see? What is my job?
So
maybe Imogen's right. Maybe it's stupid for someone to do it all alone.
I did actually want to ask a business question tonight as well. You're right. I know you don't like the council as much, and trust me, in 40 years, well, been in this job for is 20. Yeah, the council have their problems. If you want, I've tried to keep them out of it. I can put a call in and mention charity to them. They might be able to send some help.
For what?
I imagine one of the kill teams like I used to be on.
Do you think it's the right thing to do?
I think it's not my decision to make. But if you want my advice, I can give it to you.
What if you were turned into a vampire? And you still had your boys? Would you want us to reinsult you?
I don't know. On one level, I'd be worried being around my boys again. You know, I don't know what a reinstalled vamp is like. On another level, if I was me, I could still protect them, I guess.
I mean, there's occurrences of people reinstalling vampires. Have you ever...
I don't know of one. Reinstalling people's pretty high level magic. Souls are messy.
Yeah.
But it's what makes us human. Look. Making a killing machine or whatever is easy. Obviously, whoever did this whole Slayer line mumbo jumbo bullshit, pardon my French, obviously chose to reinstall someone with a soul, to empower someone with a soul for a reason. So the fact that you get all these powers and these abilities and have this responsibility, they chose to give it to someone with a soul so that you could make decisions and have free will and have that humanity. I think it'd be disrespectful to waste it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't plan to waste it. But when you say don't waste it, then it makes me think that shouldn't I just spend all my time, drop out of school, just focus on whatever it is that makes the world a better place?
Traditionally, sure. And I'm sure you would kill a lot of demons in the next 6 months you have before you would die. And then there'd be another Slayer, another 16-year-old girl called, and then she'd live for 6 months, a year, and then another one, and another one. But my job isn't the next Slayer and the next Slayer after that. My job's you. And also, you're a nice lass. I don't have a daughter, but if I had one, I'd be very happy if she was half as awesome as you.
Thanks, George. Sorry with all the questions.
No, it's okay. Sometimes it's not just about your physical well-being. Plus, you've had a pretty busy week by the sound of it.
Hasn't even been a week. Should we get back to it?
Out of interest, have you had this candid conversation with anyone else? I ain't gonna judge you if you say you haven't. I'm not gonna say, well, that's stupid or anything. Don't worry.
Parts of it.
Maybe think about having it in full with someone in a low-pressure situation without going in, people having misconceptions or prepared or whatever. You don't have to. I'm just suggesting that your friends, they're level-headed. My son's Barnaby, sometimes maybe less so. They're level-headed, they're smart, and they like you. Even Imogen, when she's not being really scary and reminding me way too much of my wife sometimes during arguments, can be level-headed. I think they just want what's best for you as well. I think they're just concerned about you, and you're concerned about them, and you're just having a miscommunication.
Something like that.
Okay.
They seem fine without me, though. No one's talked to me, and, well, unless they want something.
Rob was saying the same thing a little while ago. Admittedly, in hindsight, might have been something to do with the wrath thing going on. But he did say something about feeling like people only talked to him when they wanted his brains to do something.
Yeah, I guess.
And when Barnaby was growing up, he would complain that, people weren't paying attention enough to him. We only talked to him when we wanted something. We were paying too much attention to Rob, but I think that's just because he was a bit of a drama child.
I think he tends to make things about himself, even when they're not.
He's a good boy, though. They're both good boys.
Yeah. And you're a good dad. My dad's never talked to me like this. Or really talked to me much at all.
Some people have different parenting styles. I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to say that, they should do anything different. That's not my place to judge. That's your family. But maybe I'm just uniquely placed because I know you're Slayer. I've been in the same line of work. And I have done the nitty-gritty that I hope you don't have to. There's a reason that Slayers aren't allowed to kill people. Humans are outside your jurisdiction for a reason.
I think I have enough without that.
I can put a call in for a kill team if you want. And hell, since I'm kind of in charge around here, I guess, I could probably heavily advise that they work with you. Might even have some strings I could pull on the old teams.
Okay. Let me think about it.
Sure. Do you continue training with him?
Yeah, I put down the can and kick some stuff some more.
I think since you've been training for like a month now, anytime you fight anyone who has been trained in the same way as the default style that the Watchers teach, you would get a +1 to any close combat rolls with Kung Fu. So you have a specialism in fighting Watcher-trained people. Specialism anti-Watcher training, I guess. So, at this point, we're going to cut over to a car park somewhere on the edge of Little Rosewater and go to a break. When we get back, who will move the trolley the fastest? Imogen, Violet, Robert, or Barnaby?
This is gonna be so good.
I guess we'll find out. We'll be back in 8 minutes. Feel free to enjoy some fan art in the meantime. We'll catch you in a bit. Feel free to go download a comic as well if you want, or buy a break.
Yeah, the comic is pretty easy read.
There you go. Good 8 minutes of reading. Catch you in a bit. She leans in like an inch.
Do I have to kiss you now, EE?
Yes, you do, damn it.
We like ribbed for his pleasure.
Oh.
Take it off!
This isn't the time, Imogen.
Take off the jersey!
I'm holding a baby. So weird.
Take off your jersey!
We got it.
Why do I have to go down so far?
He's fucking loaded.
I know, right? And honestly,
He realizes that.
you have to admit he has a crush on you. I mean, he was drawing photos of you.
I guess. I don't know how to tell him I don't feel the same way.
I pick up John and I put him back in his thing, and I leave a little bit of food with him,
That's a good way to shut EE up.
and I close the thing.
How do you think I'll feel if something happens to you?
And Layla's gonna kiss Imogen.
10 plus 30.
You could actually break my table,
Sugar
and my
Daddy
table's
Rob.
extended. Okay.
Here we go.
For fuck's
I got
14!
10! I'm rich! I am the stock market.
Rob just...
You don't swallow it; you spit it out, like I showed you.
I was wondering what those guys were talking about.
What guys?
Ned and Brian, they were discussing swallowing or spitting earlier. They must have been talking about toothpaste.
She kind of like face palms a little bit, and then she's like, "How do?" That's not what they were talking about.
You have a recovery period.
Yes. I do.
How long is it normally?
A whole day.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, there's some downtime in between. I mean, I can do it for as long as I want. It's just like when it's done, it's done.
I mean, I've heard
finished.
that to be a common problem among adolescents.
Hello! Welcome back to Layla the Vampire Slayer, our Buffy the Vampire Slayer tabletop RPG, where we are having the telekinetic magnetic trolley race happening. So, how would you like to devise this?
Should we talk about the votes first that are in?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Should we talk about the vote?
So we have some votes that we locked in because I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect opportunity to do a straw poll. Imogen is at the top with 56%. I'm going to round up. Robert is with 38%, and poor Violet, only 7%. We'll see who is at the top though at the end.
People forget Imogen still's a crisis.
Yeah, which gives you -2. It sucks as a hero.
This was Rob's plan all along. He set this all in motion so that Imogen would get a crisis and he would win this competition.
Long game.
I really
you
want
go.
fan art of the trolley race, and this is going to be great. So,
I
how
know,
are
I
you
do too.
devising this? Are you devising it individually or into teams?
Individually.
Individually, I think?
Probably just individually.
Okay. So,
And are we just in like a secluded part of the supermarket car park where there's
yeah,
we've got one of the trolley stores?
they're closed. There's a load of trolleys like laying about, empty tarmac, a couple of cars parked that seem to be there like long term. No one's really getting around. Okay. What would you like to do?
Imogen's not really sure what the whole plan behind this competition was, so she's kind of just gonna like follow someone else's lead. She's like, right. So what are we doing again?
I guess we just try rolling the trolleys about. And I start walking towards the trolley store, and then I stop and I'm like, no, wait. And I pull out the gauntlet, like, I guess this is, I use this now. And I'm going to try and just, like, pull one of the trolleys towards me.
Okay. Feel free to roll intelligence plus super science.
This won't go wrong at all. And I can roll it without crisis, oh my god. It's 9. I can't get a fail. Unless there's, like, a...
You need to be strength, probably 1 to get a trolley to move, so...
Okay, 14.
So 3 successes.
3 6s.
Which means that you count a strength 3 for moving the trolley. So with ease, the trolley just moves towards you. Not quite hurtling, but fast. And then just slews to a stop as you gesture it. You are able to control it with a good deal of strength.
Yeah, I like move it so that it like just rolls into my hand holding the handle. Like, it works!
Yeah.
Imogen like gives a thumbs up. Like, right. Did we need a competition or something?
Yes, we do. Barnaby climbs into the trolley.
So whoever can hurtle you the farthest?
Violet gestures over and one of the trolleys slowly slides towards her. Clunk. I can do it too. Without the weird looking glove. It's kind of hard to match that to any outfit.
Do you have to match outfits?
Imogen just like doesn't.
I'll
really
hold up
try.
signs like style points. If you
Like-
match outfits, you get extra style points.
One of the
Holds
wheels
it.
slowly channels over a little bit. One of the wheels like constantly spinning back and forth as it tries to find which way it's meant to be going, and eventually makes it into your hand.
So now what? Why are we doing this again, Barnaby?
Because it's awesome. Now push me.
Wait. Are we meant to be... Oh, we... How far you can get Barnaby in a trolley?
Yes.
All right. And then she like takes the trolley with Barnaby in it and ineffectually pulls it using her actual body strength and like finds some sort of line in the parking lot.
Yeah, you find like the
so that
parking
you
lines,
can
like
start
the
on.
bays, and then you can just
Yeah.
measure the number of lines that the trolley goes.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Oh, I will. Barnaby,
Yeah.
mind if I push you off?
Let's do it.
That's gonna be a 3 successes. She rolling well tonight. Pushes the trolley and it manages to go 6 bays before coming to a halt.
What number am I writing on this sign? The successes?
The number of bays, maybe 6.
6? Okay.
6 bays. Barnaby,
Okay.
there's wind in
Like-
your hair a little bit. There's definitely a breeze from this movement. As you hurtle forwards, no one really controlling you, but the trolley moves slightly sideways as it's actually being guided by Violet. As she... Yay! I did well! That was good, right?
I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to your potential. That was okay.
Thank you, sex friend!
So like, are you two dating? Or are you just sexing?
I shrug, like
Does-
next to him, like, I don't know.
Does going to Tunisia to get a golem heart count as a date?
No.
Okay, we're
Otherwise,
just
me and
having
Violet.
sex. A lot of sex. He hasn't asked me on a date yet.
Do you want him to ask you on a date? Or do you just want to have sex?
I mean, the sex is still good.
Those two things aren't necessarily mutually exclusive.
Wait, people in relationships have satisfying sex?
Sometimes, yeah.
I mean, I know I specialized in the lost and ignored, but a lot of people that I had been in relationships without satisfying sex. About half of all vengeance demon things are just people who are cheating and having affairs because they aren't getting enough sex at home.
Wow. Humans are fucked up. And that's what, like, Imogen's, I guess, Barnaby, you gotta bring yourself back.
Violet, with the remains of the telekinesis as it's dropping in power, helps bring Barnaby back to the start. Slower, but you do get that.
And yeah, Imogen she'll go for it. Fucking crisis. 17.
Okay.
5 successes.
5 successes.
With this,
Wow,
Barnaby,
you fucked up.
you go hurtling. Like your hair, there's a breeze, like it stings your eyes a bit, and you go all the way to the other side of the car park, 10 bays in length.
Woo! Wow, you got me there,
Is the
Imogen.
magical
That was
sign-
amazing.
I thought I was the only one who got you there.
I have never had sex with Barnaby.
Are you sure? He and you seemed really close.
As much as everyone tries to suggest otherwise, I'm fairly certain Barnaby's never had feelings for me.
He keeps a picture of you in his... Okay.
What?
Well, he's got a little drawing of you that he made that he keeps with him.
I thought... Never mind.
I'm pretty
Your
sure
turn,
that
Rob.
He almost called out your... Okay.
Barnaby, come back!
No.
Imogen does not help him.
Okay.
I jump out
Rob helps.
and run.
Rob helps pulling it back.
Okay. With some effort, you get back to the start. Rob, it's your turn.
So I make the roll again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here we go. I've got a...
The chat wants you to drama point.
I know chat was telling me to draw a point. I'm like, this is not dramatic. Winning a trolley throwing competition is not dramatic, especially if Barnaby gets killed in the process.
I mean,
With
it
this-
is.
Actually, no, that would make it dramatic, but not the kind I want.
Maybe your invention's just not as good as
You
Imogen.
can roll for damage and add the drama point to that roll.
No.
So with this, you gesture. Your hand goes out. There's a little bit of light emitted. The capacitors start going... And the trolley accelerates away from you. And it slews to a stop 6 bays away.
Yeah!
Like, okay, so it needs some more tuning, but that's good.
That was awesome. And now I'm going to prove that pure strength is better than all you nerds. And he goes back and then pushes himself.
Oh, he like pushes the trolley and then does the hop in.
Yeah, he like
Okay, make
runs
me
and pushes it.
a strength plus sports check.
Wow.
Trolleys. Trolleys are sport.
It feels like a thing like that you would... More sports than anything
it's
else.
bobsled.
Bobsleds. It's bobsleds, yeah.
Strength of sport is probably good for him. Damn.
The trolley's moving really fast. Barnaby, try and get in. Dexterity acrobatics.
Oh, damn it.
The faster the trolley's moving, the harder it is.
I did it.
I will say that the threshold was going to be the number of successes you got -2. So with that, you just managed to get in. Awkwardly, like, trying to hop in, get one leg over, and then you've got one leg hanging out, and you just sort of collapse into the trolley, one leg hanging over the side, as the trolley hurtles forwards and comes to a stop roughly where Imogen managed to get you, 10 bays away.
Someone needs to get in another one and we could do trolley jousting.
That
Why
sounds
are
like
you
a terrible
so
idea.
into this, Barnaby? What are you trying to do right now?
I
Have
think he's getting ready for
fun.
uni.
Ugh.
Oh, we need traffic cones.
Yeah. For hats, right?
Also that. At this point, Janet, like, nudges you and is like, can I have a test?
Oh, yeah, of course, you built this too. And I hand it over, and I assumed that we built it so that we could both use it.
Yeah. As that, I'm gonna roll for Janet.
Jenna's gonna wreck my face now. This is gonna be great. She's got higher super science.
Rolling. 5 successes. With that, Barnaby at the far end in the trolley suddenly starts hurtling back to you and spins to a stop, kind of dizzy in the middle of the group.
Cool. Rob, why? I'm
I guess
that
wasn't me. I guess problem lies between person and interface.
Maybe. That was really cool.
Make a willpower constitution check. Which I know you're going to pass because badass.
She's 14.
There's a little bit in the back of your throat, but...
Heartburn.
Janet hands the glove back to you, Rob. That was pretty cool.
It was. That was as good as the best telekinesis.
I think we work well together.
Okay, maybe in a fight it's better if you have this.
No,
We'll
it's...
see.
You do more fighting than me. I probably shouldn't get into fights. But you're really big and strong compared to me, so thank you.
I'm like completely confused by this statement because it's a lie. What?
But you're always fighting evil and going in guns blazing. Literally,
Yeah, but I'm not like strong. If a demon punched me, I'd go down.
You don't have to be physically strong to be strong, Rob.
I suppose.
Imogen is rolling her eyes so hard right now. They are basically, she's gonna sprain a muscle. And she like goes over. I assume Barnaby drove them over
Mm-hmm. Probably.
and just like waits by the car.
I guess I'm gonna go over to Imogen. Like, hey, I know. Are you having a good time?
I'm fine.
Why is everyone so bad at lying?
That is a lie. I'm just not trying right now.
I get it.
Get what?
I-
You've got
well-
Violet.
Okay, so I don't get it, but I understand that whatever it is must be difficult. But we all want to be here with me. We all... Pretty great.
She's just like, eh.
Okay, well... Sure you don't want to do trolley jousting?
Eh.
I poke her.
Stop.
Are you sure?
I don't want to do trolley jousting. I should study or something. This is just a waste.
I don't think it's a waste.
What's the point?
So we can be friends and do fun things together. That's always the point.
Yeah, I guess. Ugh.
You know, this is what I've wanted for a very long time, and I'm very happy that we get to hang out now.
I guess it's good to be back.
You guess? Why did you just guess?
I don't know. Maybe it's not that good to be back.
Okay, so take some time.
Throwing shopping carts in a supermarket parking lot was not exactly the most exciting thing I had in mind. I didn't really have anything in mind. Don't we have a Slayer vampire to deal with?
At this point, Violet walks back over. not wanting to interrupt the other couple. We could go rob somewhere.
No.
But I thought you liked stealing.
Yeah, but it's more fun when it's opportunistic.
We could take on charity. Do you want to do that now?
She actually thinks about it for a while. I don't think we're ready. Look, I'm not in a mood for fun or games. I'm not. I'm just gonna wait here. You do whatever you want to do. Sorry, Barnaby, you can't make me have fun.
I'm not going to try.
Thanks.
And then I look at Rob and Janet. I'm like, but we might be here a little bit longer.
Barnaby, why don't you keep Imogen company while I go talk to Rob and Janet?
Okay.
Violet goes over to Rob and Janet.
I guess we're just like talking. We both look extremely awkward, probably. And we're probably just keeping complimenting each other about making the glove. Like, well, I mean, you made that part, and I couldn't even work that out. Like,
No, it's totally you. You're such a genius.
yeah, like you managed to miniaturize the power source. I had no idea.
Oh, but you inverted the power relays. I wouldn't have thought to add the flux capacitor to the meson field.
What's capacitor's time travel, E? You gotta get your techno babble right.
So Barnaby, Imogen, you're left to go for a few minutes. Just hang out in silence.
Imogen's not super talkative right now. Although, I guess it's probably like a minute of silence, and then Imogen's just like, why did you try the memory spell? What did you want to get out of that?
I thought I could help people move on. There was the hospital incident, and there's a lot of opinions floating around, but if, we just forgot about that for a bit, we could remember that we're all important to each other. That was the stupid plan. And then I almost wimped out, and Violet was like, let's do it anyway. And I was like, okay, because she knew what she was doing with magic. And I want to learn spells, but I'm not really sure where to start. And I think there's some in the book that we've left at my dad's. I kind of hope that I can start looking through that. But I should probably find someone that's...
So if you were going to put magic on like a comparative scale, as if you could take a spell and rank its difficulty to cast by a number, the one you did is very difficult on a scale of relatively easy to why the fuck are you trying this?
Yeah?
Maybe start with something more like this. And she just does like the quick illusion spell, and I don't know, makes little fireworks appear in her hand, like just like a little lights display, like something small, simple.
Now that seems pretty cool.
And then
What does it do?
Nothing. It's just lights. It's an illusion.
Oh. Okay. I can't wipe someone's brain, but yeah, I guess that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to fuck it up too bad, even for someone like you.
Okay, then I'll practice that one. Then we'll move on to the memory spell. Just see if it works.
Why the memory spell?
I just, like you said, as a relative measure of power of a spell. If I can do that one, then I'm good. Wouldn't do anything too bad with it.
Okay. We can talk about that at another time. When you understand that magic can have some serious consequences if you fuck it up.
Oh, don't worry. I might have noticed that a few times. You know
what happened?
Well, one time you did an illusion, and then I ended up with a double, and then it disappeared.
I think that was Violet.
Oh. I can never tell. I don't know. You all wave your hands around, and then things happen.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I feel so valued.
Well, it clearly works. You're clearly very good at it. Because
you can't force Layla and I to be friends again. Or get back together again.
I know. Now.
It's just not gonna happen. Friends, we might manage that again. And I still care about what happens to her.
Well, that's good. To start.
It's probably for the best, though.
I'm just happy that even though you had something good and it broke, I guess, you're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater sort of thing.
I'm not going on like a magical spellcasting tantrum.
And that I am very glad for.
I was very close to it.
Rob told me about that one time where you were floating and you weren't wearing a t-shirt?
Didn't have time because, people had been shot.
Yeah. You can say James,
Well, James and Robert. It
Yeah.
was kind of a two-person thing. I'm still sorry I didn't save James.
Well,
but I did go on a magical vengeance spree.
Cool. First and last?
The last big one. I might have cast some boils on Layla.
Ew.
I wanted to send a message.
Well, that's a pretty specific message.
Yeah, it actually was, I think. I haven't confirmed that she could read it.
Okay. Rethinking
Those
a
of
few
you
things.
who maybe are just tuning in right now, legit wrote a message with boils near my crotch area. Just so you know.
Okay. Well, let's hope that there's a decent amount of time before the next one. And I guess if you want to study, we could hang out and do that. Do you think that's more?
I wouldn't worry about me going on another rampage. I don't.
I'm not going to look after you. I just thought.
Oh, I was just gonna say I don't think I'm gonna end up in a relationship again that's gonna result in that. So it's probably fine. Studying is good. I actually would like to stay at this school. I think, despite its incredibly high mortality rate.
I mean, the teachers that don't die generally have decent lessons. Okay,
I
well,
have some friends here.
yeah, you do.
They done yet?
I don't know. They keep on swapping the glove, but they're not like doing anything with it.
You know, not everyone shows intimacy in the same way that you and Violet do. Why Violet?
Oh, she actually fancies me?
You realize she's not the only one in this entire school, right?
Yeah, but how many other people do we really talk to? We don't have time for that. There seem to be like an entire cast of people that we've never even met.
I think they just sort of exist in the background.
Yeah, we just assume they're there. I don't think we ever talk to them, right?
You know, sometimes I think they're different every week. It's like they had to get different people, but they just put them in the same clothing.
That's silly.
Fourth wall!
Sometimes I just forget about entire lessons. Like, I know I've been there, and I know I've done the stuff, but didn't really do anything there. Nothing about my inherent knowledge has improved. I don't know. It's strange.
I mean, yeah, my knowledge is exactly the same as it was when we started this show. I do feel like I've gotten more raw intelligence, though, and definitely more stubborn.
Really? Well, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't even touched a gun in a while, but I've definitely gotten better at doing that.
You're yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like we went off on a weird tangent. Kind of like if we were ranking spells by difficulty using an abstract number.
I'm going to start deducting trauma points
Completely
in a
random
minute.
number.
For fourth wall breaking.
I don't think there are any walls left.
Right. So I'm sure no one else in this school has ever fancied you except for Violet. I hope it's going well.
I guess we'll see.
Jen gets a Facebook message. What is this future technology? Yeah. Anything else you need to get off your chest?
Looks over to Rob and Janet. Maybe not right now.
Yep. And they continue in silence.
Yep.
Janet, who was sitting, Violet, who was sitting nearby to Robert and Janet, letting them have their discussion about technology, puts a piece of paper away into her pocket. Eyes refocus, and then she's like, so, are we gonna go back, Rob, Janet?
Yeah, sure. I don't think jousting is a good plan.
No, I want to go back and go back to bed. It's getting late.
Okay, but I'm just like, back to bed. Quotation marks, one of them in a giant gauntlet.
Yes, I want sex.
I don't know why I called that out. Go ahead, carry on. Let's go home.
Okay. Layla, are you probably back
What
by
has
that
she
point,
done?
or are you still training?
It depends on if Mr. Davidson is wanting to. Not. If not, then
It entirely depends on you. He's not going to make you train like super late. It's up to you.
do we have school in the morning?
Yeah. Let's say that tomorrow's a Monday.
Yeah, that probably she'll go back.
So you all get back. Layla, you get back in. You're just changing out of. I don't know. You probably like take a shower when you get back, right? Because you were
Yeah,
training.
she actually does finally take a shower.
Okay. So yeah, you're like in your room in a towel about to change when there's a.
Who's at the door?
It's me. I wanted to get your advice about things.
Give me a second. I locked the door this time. I just make sure that my towel's on and I open up the door.
It's Violet.
And she lets her in and closes the door behind her.
So Barnaby still has a crush on Imogen.
What?
So when we were all hanging out and going to play around with the trolleys, he spent a lot of time talking to Imogen, and I think he still likes her.
Just because someone talks to someone doesn't mean they like them like that.
Well... And she pulls a piece of paper out with a symbol on it from her pocket, which you see as a stylized eye, and tears it up. Sorry, it's a stylized ear, tears it up and puts it in the bin.
Okay.
He was saying, did Imogen want to go out and do some studying with him sometime? Which, you know, is code for sex.
Some people actually just study.
And Imogen said, you do realize that there are other people in the school that fancy you? To Barnaby?
I see.
And then was like asking like why he was, you know, me and him were having sex a lot. And Barnaby was like, she fancies me. And
Did you talk to him about this?
no, I still want the sex.
Are you jealous?
I don't know.
It's okay to be jealous, but at the same time, you should really talk to Barnaby about that. I mean, if you want an exclusive relationship, that should be a discussion between you and him. And if you want to know why he likes you, you should ask him that. Imogen was probably just asking to see what he was thinking. Same reason why I asked you if you like him or if you like him.
I mean, he's not bad at the sex. He just needs to improve. But
Not every relationship is about sex.
okay, thank you. I should probably go. We're scheduled to have sex now.
I told you you do not have to tell me that.
Okay, we're going to go cast a spell.
Gotta put in timetable?
I open the door and I let her out again. And I go back to grab my showering stuff. Like I have this little like basket. And I'm like I wait a little bit, listening to her. Hopefully she's leaving down the hallway, and then I go back out.
Perception notice roll.
Okay. This is going to be a -2. So 15.
Yeah, she leaves and goes down the hall.
Why are you making me perception notice?
Who knows? Oh, yeah, I do.
What?
Okay. Does anyone want to do anything tonight?
Sleep.
So, Imogen needs some of her stuff.
Okay.
And
Did Violet go and retrieve some stuff while she was visiting Layla? Because she said she was going to do that, right?
Nope, she was preoccupied.
no, Imogen just asked Violet to tell her when
Okay.
Layla wasn't in the room. But that happened while they were fucking trolley jousting, so yeah, I guess she's gonna go and buy that bullet and knock on the well no. She wouldn't knock on the door. It's technically
It's
her
your room. Yeah.
Okay, in which case, for the max amount of drama, so you don't knock on the door, you walk in, and Layla is busy mid-getting changed.
I think that it's Violet probably at first.
Yeah,
And
Violet came in first. So unless this is like her getting changed into pajamas or something.
Well,
Yeah, I'm getting
Layla's wearing a
changed
towel
into
at the time,
pajamas.
right?
It's after the shower, right?
Yeah, you were wearing a towel when talking to Violet, right? Yeah,
Yes.
so this is just after that.
Violet. Oh, sorry.
It's fine. And Imogen just like goes straight over and like unpacks the like 3 things that were in her backpack and just starts like putting in clean clothes and a bunch of books and just kind of mostly does that in silence. And then
Layla.
without looking at Layla, very pointedly refusing to look at Layla, she just asks, "Can you take care of John?"
Which is funny because Layla was just gonna be like, she finishes putting her stuff and was like, and then you just asked that. Yeah, I was just gonna say I was taking care of him.
Thanks.
Where are you going?
They haven't processed a room change yet, so I'm gonna stay at Janet's for a bit.
You're gonna change rooms?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Why would I stay in this one?
I don't know. I guess.
That would be miserable for both of us. I've changed rooms before, it's fine.
It would be so
Actually-
miserable for me.
What?
I'd know you're safe.
Right. It would be miserable for me then. I won't assume your feelings. I can't stay in here. So I'm gonna get a new room that ideally isn't next door.
If I can help, just let me know.
I mean, if you put in a request saying you need a new roommate or something, that would probably make it faster.
I meant with moving things, but
Oh, we'll deal with that when I have somewhere to move it. I'm just gonna take the stuff I need right now.
look. Obviously, it's up to you. You can move rooms, but just so you know, I don't mind you staying here.
I can't stay. Yeah. And she's like very quickly shoves stuff in her bag. She just stops paying attention, like shoulders her bag and just starts like leaving very quickly. I think that at some point it won't hurt so much to be in the same space as you. But definitely not the same room.
Okay. Whenever that happens,
It's gonna have to be sooner rather than later because we've got a bunch of problems to deal with.
well, whenever it happens, I'd like to talk to you.
Maybe somewhere with fewer feelings.
Okay.
Bye. Closes the door.
Bye.
Okay.
Man, it's so much easier when they're not there.
Layla just is leaning up against the door, just looking into the room.
Oh, because this is the perfect TV show moment. Imogen leans against the door and sighs deeply before she walks away. So we cut to we see both of them on the sides of the door.
I want fan art of that. That's adorable.
But it now. Do it.
Oh,
Adorable.
adorable.
Go away, Josh.
That's why I said it.
Oh dear.
So,
Everything you love.
So
shall
with
be
that,
planned.
we cut to Barnaby's room.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Rob, are you with Barnaby right
If
now?
we want to.
there was a bit I was going to do briefly beforehand. When
Okay.
everyone's parting ways again, I mean, I guess does Janet come along and wait for Imogen to get her stuff before she goes back or whatever?
Yeah, so she's probably hanging out with you in the workshop because that's out next to the car park.
Okay, it's when she goes to leave.
Okay, so before that, Barnaby, back in your room, Violet comes back from talking to Layla, takes her a couple of extra minutes, and she's got her hair down. This time, instead of being normally straight, it's a little bit wavy. She's wearing big, thick, horn-rimmed glasses.
Oh my god, what a weirdo. I love her though.
Violet, no, Violet, no.
No, that's so gross.
It's gonna make it worse.
It's so gross. She's like, hey, you want to RP? This is turned into ERP.
Okay, let's role play. I'm a guy called Josh. And you can be a guy called EE. Let's do this.
Okay, do you just do the dirty?
But Barnaby probably didn't think about it that hard. He's like, oh, let's look. And then they do it.
Okay. I will say for going along with the drama there and also making it worse by saying nice look, I'm going to say you can have a drama point because you deliberately made that worse for yourself. So that's fair.
This is so wrong. I'm so
You're just milking that tragic love flaw here.
Oh, it's so good. I've taken control.
I've taken control.
So Barnaby takes control of Violet. And we're going to cut to outside as Imogen walks down, a couple of backpacks and suitcases of all her stuff. Several books poking out of the bags that she has.
It's like one small backpack up close, 2 bags of books.
Yeah, it's mostly books, knowing her. And do you want to go to the workshop to say to Rob and Janet, or do you want them to come out and meet you?
I presume probably them meeting up with her. She would wait for Janet on the dorm hall room, whatever, waiting common area.
Okay.
She wants to let them have their moment. Also, being around them right now is real painful.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking adorable and it's the worst. This makes her want to vomit a little.
Okay.
But enough of that.
We should probably go meet Imogen, Rob. She's probably done by now.
Yes, I imagine she didn't want to stay there for long.
Unless she and Layla are fighting again.
I think.
There were no explosive sounds. It's probably
Yeah,
fine.
I think they're done with the loud kind
There's no
of
shouting either.
fighting. I think they're done with the loud kind of fighting, and I'm not sure if that's better.
I don't know.
Anyway, are you alright staying in that house with everything that's happened?
Yeah. Like, I can choose to see it as a horrible thing, or I can choose to see the fact that my friends and my boyfriend came to save me, and I managed to overcome it. It sounds really simple, I know, but I just choose to see it as a good thing, a test of, you know.
Maybe a healthier outlook than I've had.
Admittedly, I didn't try to murder everybody, apart from telling Robbie to kill you,
it raises a finger, like
which I'm sorry about.
rubs an arm that's got like shrapnel in it. Yeah, I guess we both had a tough time with those things.
If I realize I just called you my boyfriend,
He just like quiet nod.
so are we exclusive? Like, I mean, if
What?
you don't want to, if you like, I understand you've got needs and stuff. So if you want to,
No, that's of course. That's not. Have you dated people before? What sort of? It's not.
no, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be inexperienced or anything.
I meant I assumed maybe you'd had bad experiences. That's.
No.
Oh, it's fine. It's great.
It's just fine. Or it's great.
It's great. I don't want you to think there's anything wrong with that.
But, you know, I'm just worried that you might want more than I can give.
Different people want different things. I'm not the same as Barnaby. We're twins, but we've had very different lives.
I don't know, I remember you being pretty much inseparable in primary school.
Rob just stopped.
I mean, he was a lot louder than you, but
What?
I mean, you know, he was always louder, and he took the lead a lot, but he was always looking out for you, which is cute.
Hold on. Primary school.
Yeah, we went to the same primary school. Don't you remember? I didn't realize he was a demon at the time. You did a really good job of hiding that.
I remember it differently.
I mean, memories are subjective, so that's...
We have learned that memories definitely change. I'm not sure what this means. I'm gonna have
You've
to
got a
talk
brother
to...
who loves you?
No, hold. In memory, Barnaby never went to primary school. We met him at secondary. That is the case, right? Isn't it? Like, he was gone till...
He has been at secondary school with you for like a year or two.
He only joined a year or so ago. Because up till then, he'd been off doing demon things?
Rob, I checked. Like, I did some background research on you guys so that I could best protect you with the robots and stuff. Like, Barnaby has medical records and kindergarten reports and everything. Like, are you sure that your memories aren't?
I mean, I guess I can never be sure one of us is right. I don't know which, but I definitely remember he made a deal. And maybe there's more to that deal than I thought, or maybe that's just exactly how that works.
Maybe you want to use the MRI machine you built?
I suppose, I don't know if I can isolate specific memories or anything, but no, he made a deal to separate the human and demon parts of him, and he made it with a fate. Fates are weird. Anytime they come up, weird things happen, especially with me.
Oh yeah, Janet actually has some occult. Oh, thank you, Janet. I've read somewhere about fates. If a fate changes things, then it's true.
So when Barnaby made the deal to be human, he made the deal to have always been human.
I guess so.
He's something like that, and everything has actually changed. Now I don't know if I should believe my memory. I mean, technically it's not true. What I remember happened, but it's not the actual reality.
I guess your memories happened, but then they were retconned?
I guess so.
Kind of like they did with the squats in Warhammer.
Does that happen by 98? I don't know when.
Yeah, that's happened by 98.
Okay. Rob just nods along. I imagine Rob knows this. He's like, oh, yeah. I need to talk to Barnaby about this, and maybe everyone else. I don't know who will and won't remember. Because again, when it comes to fates, weird stuff happens relating to me.
Why?
We messed with things we didn't understand.
I mean, that sounds like that happens quite regularly.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. I don't seem to be affected by... I can't see the fates, and they can't see me, and I can't see the spear, and that's maybe a fate thing. I think I'm disconnected.
Do you think Barnaby will forget eventually? What about your dad?
I don't know. I don't think I want people to forget. I think it's important, but maybe I can't stop it, and maybe that just has to happen.
Layla, Imogen, Barnaby, roll me willpower. Just once.
Oof, I'm not good with willpower.
Crisis or no crisis?
No crisis.
Okay.
With crisis?
No crisis.
Okay.
12.
Oh, barely. Whew.
Okay.
2 successes.
Good to know. Maybe you should check who else remembers any of this.
Yeah. I should at least tell them that it happened. Even if everyone's lost the memory of what it was.
I don't know.
They should at least know.
Were the memories good?
Yeah.
What happened to Barnaby in your memory? Like, how did he become a demon?
That part's not so good.
Maybe...
Didn't Imogen literally just explain this to someone?
Yeah, you didn't explain how he became a demon, you explained that he was a demon.
I was like, Imogen explained the whole part where Barnaby didn't exist. So if she's forgotten, it happened very recently.
Yeah. Which is why she knows that Barnaby was a demon. She didn't used to, apparently.
Right.
So maybe be cautious about bringing this back. You've been given a chance to, I don't know, Barnaby chose to have a clean slate.
I don't know if he wanted to forget, though. I think he just wanted to be human.
I would say ask him, but he might have forgotten.
I think I should talk to him. Like, maybe he doesn't want to remember the time he was a demon, but I think maybe he'd still want to remember what decision he made.
But if he forgets, then surely he gets the memories of a happy childhood. You two were always inseparable.
I wish I did. I don't know. Maybe I ask Imogen or something. She knows about magic. Maybe that will help. Maybe she'll understand how memory changes work. I don't know. I guess the world has changed, and that's just that.
Rob,
And I know it, and no one else.
you don't need to roll willpower. You don't remember any of the things she's talking about. But, well, you still remember your mum, right?
I imagine I do.
You remember your mum, but somewhat differently. More tired, more haggard, then died. Not that you know all that much about how she died. She just died when she left one day with your dad.
No, now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm like, yeah,
Well,
I remember.
do you remember how happy you were as a family?
Yeah.
You, Barnaby, your mum, your dad. You were
we
always so
don't-
happy.
We did the same thing. We hid from what had happened to Barnaby then. That might even be the reason my mum's gone.
I don't
It
think
was-
you. I don't think you understand. You aren't hiding what happened. It never happened.
Oh God. It's like sits down like I don't know what to do.
You don't need to do anything fast. I think if you remember, you'll always remember. If you really are removed from fate.
Yeah, I think I will.
I do have to ask for the
Lost
record.
your crisis, and now you have a
I
crisis
do have to ask
again.
for the record. How messed up is this making Rob?
I don't think it's a crisis.
I don't think it's a crisis either, but I had to ask for the record because
it's just
you are
it's
Rob.
just a tough decision.
Okay.
He's like, I could just let this go and that's that.
I just like the idea of like you lost your crisis. and then
I
you-
refuse to take another crisis. I don't think it
No, I
would
didn't
be
think it
quite
did either,
that
but I had to
sinister.
ask. Okay. Well, think about it.
Yeah, I guess there's no rush, unlike most things we have to deal with.
Maybe ask your dad what he remembers. See if he had better memories. If it really
Yeah,
has
I will.
changed and everything's now different, maybe have a look through some family photo albums or something?
I can guess what I'll see. That'll be weird. Ugh. Okay, yeah.
I should go. Imogen's probably waiting.
Oh God, she's probably been stood there for ages. Sorry about derailing everything there. It's just weird magic things always get in the way.
Well, hopefully we can make weird super science things that can also get in the way together.
Like babies.
No.
I don't think Janet wants to make the babies.
Oh.
You can make them in test tubes.
That is also true.
She could be entirely uninvolved with the process.
Or you could just buy them.
That is
She could
also
buy
true.
me.
Oh no. One of these
They
things
could
should
be
be you could
robots.
steal them, but then I guess he no longer remembers all the baby stealing. So
You can't
I don't
give
know.
away
I got
the
a 12 on that, so maybe I do.
yeah.
You
I'd
can't,
be like, this is where you go. This is how much they'll be.
you can't give away the babies in cages, so. Right. Janet heads over to Imogen. Hey, are you okay? Did it?
Just reading a book.
There wasn't
It
fire.
was awkward.
Okay. How awkward?
Really awkward. I was in the same room that I used. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. You were physical with her, and
Yeah, that would be one way of describing it.
I'm not so good with that. But if you want to
That's
talk or
fine.
something,
No, actually, I don't. I don't know. I've done a lot. I've spent my grand. Oh boy, oh, it's Spanish Inquisition right there. Just like 10-mile stare, whatever. What do you want to call it? Just like remembering everything. No, I've done a lot of talking about it. Yeah. Let's just go back to your happy home.
okay. Do you mind getting on the back of the bike?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. And she pulls like a push bike out from.
Oh,
the
it's
rack.
that bike. It's like, this bike is incredibly impressive, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Here, and she hands you the helmet. Don't put your feet near the pedals.
I imagine that would cause some problems for my feet.
Yeah. And you get on the bike with her?
Yes.
She
Is
pedals
there
it a little bit.
is there a seat, or am I like, is she on like the luggage rack?
You're
sort
like
of
on the
concept?
luggage rack, yeah.
She like holds herself in, like holds on Janet.
Okay.
Sorry, I got it not fall off.
That's fine. With that, she pedals for a little bit, and then as soon as it starts going, the momentum keeps the bike upright. It feels like it's starting to sway a little back and forth as it's trying to align itself to truly upright. And then the pedals start moving by themselves. She takes her feet off to the side, pulls them back, and the pedals just start spinning. And the bike accelerates down the road, starts doing about 20 miles an hour.
This is cool. This
Uh,
is very, very useful.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to get around.
Without, yeah, no, I can imagine not living on campus and having parents to drive you here.
I didn't want to... It's surprisingly
Raise
hard to...
suspicion.
Yeah. It's kind of difficult to program a self-driving car.
Yeah, I've heard that's a thing that people are working on. It's probably going to take a while. Be really great when we get that technology.
Yeah, even more difficult to actually make the robots drive the car.
Yeah, I can imagine. It was really impressive that you made robot parents. I mean, I'm sorry that you had to.
Yeah.
You could have just left.
And gone where?
Literally anywhere with a lower death rate.
But... no offense. That would be boring. Here I can do things. I can make amazing things. Anywhere else I'm just, top 3 percentile.
Oh no, that must be so hard to just be in the top 3 percentile. I can only imagine what that would be like.
Says the girl who can conjure fire from her fingers.
And do you know why I can do that? Because I'm not in the top 3 percentile.
You can be in the top 3 percentile for magic, I guess.
I don't think I am.
you're certainly top, like, you're definitely top 10. Like, a lot of people with magic are just really kind of low practitioners. They do fortune reading and tarot and stuff. So you might be top 3%. FYI for meta knowledge.
Lauren is aware that Imogen
good.
Imogen is like, I magic is like my crutch because I wasn't capable of being a good enough student.
Not everyone has to, do straight A's and build robot parents.
Yeah. You don't have my parents.
Okay. I mean, I don't...
Sorry, that was a dig.
No, that's fine. It's just... Not everything is about poorly designed testing procedures.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the world that we live in, though. So that's the game I've got to play.
True.
I found a way around it, but that doesn't actually make me smart.
But it's the world that everyone else lives in. We live in Little Rosewater, which is different.
I guess. I don't want to be here forever. I mean, I suppose I might just end up dying here.
At this point, you pull up to our house. Parks the bike up next to it. Look, do you want to get some ice cream and just sit in front of the TV?
Yeah, let's order in. And not.
I do have a strange request, though.
Mm-hmm.
Would you help me move my dead robot parents from the living room?
Just tries really hard not to laugh too much at that.
They're quite heavy.
Probably the weirdest thing. Did you borrow Rob's glove? That would have actually helped a lot.
That would have helped.
Yeah. Because she points at her little noodle arms like, I'll give it my best shot.
You can telekinesis them, right?
Yeah, it's still going to roll pretty well, depending on how heavy they are.
Okay. With the two of you, it's just going to be annoying. One of you would be a case of slowly dragging them, take you half an hour. With the
I
two
imagine
of you,
she rigs up a weird pulley system and Imogen
telekinetically moves the thing down, and yeah. So between the two of you, it takes 10 minutes to move them out of the living room. You order in, you sit down, you have some pizza and some ice cream, and just chill in front of the TV together. So, the charity thing?
Which, there's a lot to unpack there. Which thing?
I mean, I don't understand the magic behind it, but what's the issue with the whole soul thing?
So, let's back up a bit. Do you remember Mr. Miller?
Yeah?
And how he got turned into a vampire?
I don't think she ever knew Mr. Miller was a vampire. She's like,
I guess we hadn't told her about that.
Mr. Miller was a vampire?
Yeah, that's why he stopped coming to school. So he got turned into a vampire.
I thought he was just ill.
No, very vampiric. And he decided to take it upon himself, possibly from instructions from whoever going charity.
Did he kill those students in the bathroom?
Yeah, that was him. Among other students, he probably also killed. Anyway,
that's why you did the thing with the blinds.
Yeah. It's also why I learned this one, and then she takes a small object and makes it bright daylight for a moment, and then puts it out. Anyway, vampires. So Miller was a vampire. He took it upon himself to torture us. Emotionally, mentally, and possibly physically. I don't think he ever quite got there. But he was the one who killed James.
Oh.
But I had already decided after the whole students in the bathroom thing that he needed to be punished is probably the best way of putting it. So I had a moderately elaborate plan. And one of the parts of that plan involved him getting his soul back and knowing exactly all the horrid things that he had done, being forced to live with that knowledge. Charity has done much worse than him. Much worse than he ever did. She literally ripped my arm out, but that's probably not even close to the worst thing she's done. I don't know what that would do to Catherine, being in that body, having those memories, knowing everything that Charity had done. Is that something Catherine would want? Is it fair to force her to go through that? Or would it be more fair to just kill Charity? Are we only trying to give Catherine her body back, Charity her soul back, because it might help us, or are we doing it because it's what she wants? I did it to Miller because I wanted him to suffer. I'm not going to make that same choice again. The second part of my elaborate plan for vengeance did involve also raising the dead to rip him to pieces. We didn't quite get that far.
You can raise the dead?
No, not exactly. It's more like facsimile corpses, shambling zombies.
Oh.
To claw someone's eyes out and murder them.
Like Day of the Dead?
Yeah, but specifically all the people that he had killed.
Oh.
So it's sort of a very like, here, have your soul back. Now they're going to rip you to shreds. That seemed like a good choice at the time. Didn't go through with the second part.
Well, I did some research on vampires, and I think you were wrong. And no offense, but
about which part?
Well, the vampires have a demon soul thing, that's inside them.
Yeah.
And if you had re-souled them, you would have then just been torturing the person. Also, the demon would be trapped inside, which would probably be really annoying for the demon. I imagine that would be a torture, but the person would then be being tortured as you did the whole dead thing.
Go through with the second part. I think I had enough wherewithal to realize that probably wasn't a good idea.
I guess with Charity, if you've got a chance to save her, it depends on where she is now. If there is a place like heaven, if she's in there, then it would be cruel to bring her back. If she's not there, or if there is no place like that, maybe it would be a good thing.
But what if it's dependent on whether or not the vampire part is still alive? Like, what if she's stuck in some limbo until the body's gone as well, and dusting Charity would release her? Is that better or worse than forcing her to live with everything that Charity's done?
I guess if it was me, I'd be able to rationalize that wasn't me, and that would be fine. But I guess some people don't see it that way.
I don't know, I don't like doing it without asking if we can. And honestly, I don't trust that the reason Layla wants to do it is for Catherine's sake.
I'm not gonna lie, Layla's scary strong, and having a second Slayer, you could save a lot of lives.
But are we doing it because we want it, or because she does?
I guess you could always just reinstall her and then ask her.
I guess.
You could contact her. I found no information on what happens to someone's soul when they're a vampire. Because I had that concern when I discovered that Charity had killed my parents. So I wanted to research whether you could kill a vampire and if that did hurt a person.
I don't have the right answer for this, but I don't know. I didn't think it was the right choice to make without really thinking about it. Layla and I weren't exactly talking rationally to each other.
Maybe.
I'm also going to be real. I was definitely lying, and that moment I was not going to do it if she forced my hand.
Maybe it'd be a good idea to sit everyone down and have this as a discussion.
Yeah, I'll see if we can get
Because
the
at the
Ouija
end,
board working.
at the end of the day, we are talking about a girl's life, unlife. Oh,
Plus, she'd still be lost, so we have to figure that out.
I guess it'd be easier to get rid of the lust thing if... Am I immune to that? I don't know if Rob's mentioned it, but I'm not interested in...
What if you don't? I think if that's just not a feeling that you feel, then you probably can't be made to feel it.
So... I mean, society...
Congratulations, you have a superpower.
I was going to say, society's always made me think that's a weakness.
Well, society's stupid, and we've already clarified that we have terrible systems for things. You're the smart one. You just said you could rationalize murdering people. Why can't you rationalize this?
Feelings and people and stuff, there's no set books of rules or precedents to go by.
I mean, isn't there an entire field of psychology?
It's not particularly advanced.
Are we still listening to Freud?
I mean, in 98, they probably still teach a bit of Freud as in, this is wrong, but we're going to teach it anyway, rather than just forgetting it.
They still do that.
It's okay. In one of my lectures, Freud was just used as a punchline.
Anyway, you're allowed to be yourself and to want or not want things. Just make your boundaries clear. Being vague that I'm not into things is helpful. Like, do you like hugs?
Imogen?
That's a boundary.
Imogen,
Yeah.
thank you.
Do you want a hug?
I
I don't know if that was a leading question or not.
maybe? Can I try a hug?
She puts her arm around Janet.
It's like a really awkward hug.
If she doesn't flinch, she like puts the other one around and is like, "This is."
She doesn't flinch, but she's like really awkward, like, I don't know, I'm not certain, but I'm gonna try it because I want to see if I like a hug. I think that's okay as like a friendly hug. I'm not sure if it's different when it's...
a boy or Rob. I don't know.
Go with Rob.
You know, hugs can be mostly platonic as well. Intimacy is a complex subject, and there's physical intimacy and emotional intimacy, and sometimes those things are related in very different ways.
That's true.
You can enjoy one type of intimacy without enjoying the other kind of intimacy, and just because you like hugs doesn't mean you want to take your clothes off and hug someone.
I'm also concerned because, like, what if Rob wants to have the physical stuff when he's with me and then
he can either be an adult about it and talk to you, or he can be an idiot and then you can leave him. Imogen's not a good person to get relationship advice from right now.
I think she actually hugs you a bit back now. She actually commits a bit more to the hug at this point. And it's like...
And you know what? If he breaks up with you by magical fucking text message, then I've got a spell for you.
I may have been working with some viral things that might do the same.
Oh! And that's when we end the scene. And
I know, just before we end the scene, she goes, oh, by the way, I want to show you this. You don't need it anymore. But she pulls out like a little notebook, flips through, and finds a page where there's this beautifully designed, elegantly embossed mechanical arm.
Oh, did you literally draw that up in like 10 seconds? I didn't have an arm.
Well, afterwards, they didn't know if the arm was going to attach properly or not, so
That's right.
I haven't worked on any prototypes, but I designed the plans.
Well, good to know that if it ever gets ripped off again, I'll have one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Honestly, kind of just... And then she gets real sad for a minute because she's like, oh, instead of helping her with her whole armless problem, Layla left to Tunisia. And then she
your arm though.
You did get the arm back. You did, but you didn't come in with that spell. This Barnaby. You're like, don't do magic. It'll be fine. I'm like, no, it won't. She lost an arm.
I also... It's an experiment, but I made this, and she pulls out like a little... it's like a little vial, and on the end is effectively like a hypodermic syringe, but it's very, very short, almost like the length of like an EpiPen.
What does it do?
It should heal people faster, just in case that happens again.
Oh.
No offense to the magic stuff, but
It's slow. It's not an in a moment thing.
icky herbs and stuff sticking into wounds doesn't seem sanitary.
Well, we can agree to disagree on that then.
I mean, it worked, so, but it's not my thing. So I made